No, Stalin won his opening round game. Stalin did win his opening round game, yeah. All right. All right, welcome everybody. This is the championship game for Civ4 AI Survivors Season 4. As a quick introduction of who we've got in this game, let me go ahead and introduce them. From left to right, north to south, we have Darius of Persia. We have Gilgamesh of Sumeria. We have Willem of the Dutch. Then down here on the bottom side of the screen, we have Stalin of Russia. We have Charlemagne of the Holy Roman Empire. And we have Kublai Khan of Mongolia. This is a field that lacks a lot of our biggest favorites. We kind of have a lot of underdogs going into this match. And you might have noticed that all of the capitals are identical. If you haven't seen this before, this is a custom map. It was made by Commodore, so special thanks to Commodore for putting this together. And one last shout out before we get started with this game. This game and this season is dedicated to Barden the Slayer and his wife, who sent me a very nice email. So when you end up watching this later, Barden, this is for the two of you. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so big question is going to be, where does everybody send their first settlers? The map is mirrored, so it's going to be funny to see if they all go to the same place. So far, they kind of seem to be doing that. We also have Charlie is going to found the first religion, so keep an eye on where he sends his settler because he is going to get Buddhism. He will definitely have the first religion. Yeah, I'm really curious to see if everybody picks the same spot or not for their second city because they're all working off of the same terrain. All right, let's see. So a couple people found it. So this will be our Buddhist holy, well, Christian holy city. He's going to pick Christianity off of this. Not too bad. It's got the pigs for food. I wouldn't say it's a great city, but solid choice. As a holy city, he's going to grab the copper quickly. Now, over here, Kublai did not pick the same spot. He settled on the stone on the coast. This is a stronger city spot, honestly. So he's going to have that resource, and he's going to be able to build workboats, presumably. Stalin picked the exact same spot, and Darius has picked the exact same spot thus far. So far, Willem and Gilgamesh are going one tile to the west. Willem is opened by... He built a workboat, but he did not use it to hook up the clams. So WTF going on there. I guess he's sending it out exploring. He is also researching hunting as his first tech. We've got some archeries. We've got an agriculture from Kublai. So that is 100% the correct tech for Kublai to be researching. And Kublai is also connecting his deer camp. All right, let's see those cities. So yep, very similar. Is it the identical spot that Kublai picked? So he was one next to, no, it's one tile further over. And this is honestly a better spot for the city because it pulls in the cows and it pulls in the dry corn. So Gilgamesh and Willem have picked a better spot. I wonder if they went there because they're creative. Like if you look, they're the two creative leaders in this game. So maybe that influenced it. Well, okay, so Philly D, the reason why Willem farmed this is because the borders had to pop. Remember, he doesn't start with the second ring borders pop, so he immediately started farming this. Now, granted, the smart thing to do would have been cancel the farm and then move over to the wheat, but he finished that improvement, so that was the reason why. How do you research hunting? Well, how do you research anything? Anyway, so yeah, Willem looks like he'll be fine. Kublai, I'm just trying to see who is actually connecting their resources. So Charlemagne had started with hunting, so he's able to connect that. I'm trying to see if anyone was just screwed by the starting techs. Stalin seems to be a little bit screwed because Russia's hunting mining, so he should be okay. He can hook up at least one of the food bonuses. And Gilgamesh starts with agriculture. He's agriculture wheel, so you would expect him to start going for the wheat next turn. Nope, got to build that road first. Definitely very important. Don't turn a 2-1 tile into a 5-1 tile. Build that road first. Anyway, the AI, some of the AI's worker actions just crack me up. This is one case where not having the wheel actually kind of helps Willem here. Anyway, let's see the religion pop up here. Christianity. Oh no! Wow, what? Why did he pick? Oh, you know what I think this is? I think Commodore might not have choose religions checked in the save game file, because otherwise this 100% would have been Christianity. I bet Where's the detail settings? Yeah, Commodore did not check pick religions, which is fine. It's just we have the default religions for this game. Oh well. Some people hate choose religion. Well, I like it because it's good for these games because we see some flavor. Otherwise, literally every single game would just be Buddhism and Hinduism every single game. So yeah, I think it's good for us to have that on normally. No, Commodore did a fantastic job. All right, so next up, we're not going to see a whole lot take place. Darius going for the second religion could be pretty significant, though. So he is going to get this one. I'm sorry if I'm like overemphasizing the capitals. I'm just really curious how the AIs improve their starting capitals. I think Willem is going to end up with the best capital out of these because he already has the wheat connected. He has the clams connected. He's got the farm here, and then he's in the process of building a camp on this tile as well. So he's probably going to have the best capital. He does need to connect his silver, though, because he needs happiness, and he will need the wheel to do that. He's going for animal husbandry, which is not a bad call. He has double animal husbandry resources here. I would probably suggest mining before animal husbandry, though, to start working on this. But so he's doing well with his capital. How about Darius? Also doing well. I remember how I said Persia has good starting text for this map. Also looking pretty good. He doesn't even have the camp done yet. There we go. So now he's got the 6 food hammer tile here. And look how fast that worker is built. 1 turn. I like the second worker build a lot more than the barracks build here. But still, it's a nice looking capital for Willem. Got 3 resources connected plus the mini resource in terms of the floodplains farm. We just looked at Darius. How about Gilgamesh? Also looking good there. Agriculture tech at the start helps a lot. See, like this is much weaker, right? Now, granted, he's imperialistic here, so he's going to get that fast settler, and that's pretty good, but not nearly as good of a start for Charlie, and that's just because his starting techs aren't as good. Similar for Russia, just not as good starting techs. Kublai, same deal. Just starting techs are weaker. Also, he insisted on building a road over here to Veshpalik instead of improving his wheat. He does have agriculture. So anyway, that's your quick tour through the starting capitals. Now we can advance the turns a little bit faster here. I'm waiting for polytheism, for Hinduism to pop up here in Pasargadae, which it should in a turn or 2. There we go. So it is nice to get this here because the borders will pop. Remember, Darius is not creative, does not get free border pops. He's also farming the wine tile, which might seem silly, but 2 food, 1 production, 3 commerce for being, for being financial. Not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not a bad tile yield that early in the game. All right, so now Willem is wisely building a worker. Look at all that food. This is a pretty disgusting capital. And he hasn't even hooked up his silver yet. The other thing that really helps Willem is he is financial, so he gets the financial bonus from his clams tile, and that extra commerce does help. Are we going to do more Civ 4 games after the championship? So yes, we're going to be doing normal single-player Civ on Fridays after the championship, but I'm going to be away for most of the next month. So I'll talk more about that when the game's over, more about scheduling stuff. All right, so Darius converts, and... Oh, so Willem gets the circumnavigation bonus. Okay, so he circumnavigated with his workboat. Okay, naval power I think is going to be small enough that that's not going to matter very much on this map. But yeah, he actually does circumnavigate. Anyway, let's look at who's going to get the first settler out. I think it's going to be Charlemagne because I think he's actually already finished his settler. Yeah, the advantage of being imperialistic. He's already got his settler out. Is he the only imperialist in this game? I think he is. Yeah, nobody else is imperialistic. Okay, so that is a major edge for him. He could end up squeezing Stalin and Kublai a little bit. 6 civs with 0 points in my rankings. A loser game? Nah, we kind of did that with the First to Die Fiesta last week. No, I think we're going to be done with AI Survivor for a while. We've done a lot of games, and I'm ready to take a break. But I appreciate the suggestion. Willem will Syrian doctrine everyone now. All right, so this city, with the pigs, it's a pretty solid spot because that gets it a 6 food tile. Also iron, grabs furs, yeah, pretty good. And he's even got a monument under production too. All right, let's see if anyone else has a settler out yet? I don't think so, unless Gilgamesh just finished one. Let's see. No, that doesn't work both there. He is belatedly connecting his, all right, his seafood resource there. Okay, so we've got this settler almost done at Utrecht. And, you know, as much as we sometimes mock the AI for building a settler in one of these idiotic cities at size 1, and don't get me wrong, that is a very dumb decision. Willem is going to get the settler out, and now he's got food to grow upwards because he's going to have multiple, yeah, he's got the pigs. He's going to be able to grow the city very fast once he finishes the settler. So I do like the start that that Willem's off to so far. He needs to get some happiness going, is his biggest thing, because he actually has more food than he can really use right now. If he was smart, he would just pump out nonstop workers and settlers, but the AI doesn't do that. All right, so we said, so Willem's got a settler out. Does anyone else have one? No, not there. Nope, this is not done yet. That's got to be a worker. All right, we got a early Stonehenge from Darius as well. All right, here we go. Kublay's got a settler out. Let's see where he's sending this one. So further north into the middle of the map, Willem settler is doing something similar. Oh, if he grabs the ivory, that would be worth even a kind of a low quality city to grab the ivory. Because right now the AIs are most limited by happiness. That's what they need more than anything else. All right, so Turfam, another good city. Pigs for food, dry corn for food. Starts claiming land towards the center of the map. Good stuff. I think this is the tile that Willem's going to plant on, right where he's standing. Yep. All right. So this would be good if he's the first one to get ivory. He still has not connected his. Why is he? Has he not researched mining yet? I don't think Willem's gone for mining yet. Willem, what are you doing? Why are you researching pottery before mining? You've got a silver resource right there. Oh, but he, okay, well, here's another benefit of being creative. Though it only takes 25 turns in a creative capital to hit 100 culture. So look, he's already got the furs in range, and he's going to be able to connect them because he has hunting. Who else is creative? Gilgamesh is going to be able to do the same thing. Now, he is slower to get over here. But yeah, they are really just in a race for happiness right now. They got tons of food. What they need are happiness resources so their capitals can grow. Oh boy, why is he working that tile? Also, he desperately needs... why is he working that tile over this tile? Whatever. Wait, and why is he working these tiles? Ugh. All right, that is not the best capital management there. But yeah, Willem is in the process of connecting happiness resources, and that's going to be one of the biggest things helping him. So I'm liking my pick thus far. Anyway, Charlie, though, is grabbing more territory. He's got another settler out on the map. How about Stalin? He's got a settler out, too. And Gilgamesh just founded his third city in, I believe, the same spot that... Boy, look at this territory for... let me zoom out and do the culture. Look at these territories for Willem and Gilgamesh. They are mirrored in their first two city placements. 100% identical. That's pretty funny. That said, their actual tile improvements thus far are not identical. All right, so let's keep an eye on Stalin. Darius also should have a CR. Darius just finished a settler. Darius is going to get Stonehenge here, so... that is helpful to him. Could also be helpful to someone else if they conquer Darius's capital. Yeah, because he doesn't have a lot of tiles improved thus far. How about over here? Well, he's built a lot of farms. I don't think Darius has animal husbandry yet, actually, because he sank so much research into... yeah, he doesn't have animal husbandry, and that's really hurting him at this city, because this city over here... can I not ping? It's not letting me ping the map for some reason. Yeah, so Darius is struggling to get his animal husbandry resources connected because he lacks that tech. All right, Stalin went for the ivory as well. He found it on a slightly different tile, though, because the other one's founded on the tile right next to on the hill tile next to the ivory. So yeah, he found it a little bit further into the middle of the map. Still, it's a good spot. Look at all those resources. The ivory will definitely help him with happiness. Now, Stalin has mined his silver tile, so he's going to have that extra research. but he's got a lot of production here. Geez, a lot of mines. Reflects the fact that Russia starts with mining tech, but not quite so much in terms of commerce or food at the moment. The Hague is unhealthy at size 2. That's true, but yeah, because of all the jungle tiles. Also not on fresh water, but the workers will presumably build roads to it eventually. Willem is still not connected his silver yet, but he did connect his furs. So yeah, look at all the health resources he's got. He's also building a settler. So yeah, Willem is the early leader thus far. Now, if you would not waste time on sailing and go for mining instead, oh well. Or if you would build a cottage on this tile, but he is working on granaries. I guess that is nice to have the granary, but he can't really grow at the moment anyway. Let's check out where other settlers are. Now, I know Darius had one out on the map. We got the fishing boat fleet running around here. Who else? Charlie. Oh, here we go. Kublai looks like he's got a settler heading east. And Kublai, oh, I didn't even mention, so Kublai founded Vienna first, and then he went for the copper spot after that. So this copper spot's been super popular with the AIs in this game. And then Charlie went over here as well. It does seem like mostly the AIs are settling on this side of their capital, which is on this side. Yeah, so like they're all going to the left for the most part with their initial settlers. The only one who's gone to the right has been Charlie. He's picked up this spot over here. Yeah, we should reveal the map at some point. Should have done that. I should have done that before the scenario started. Oh well. Thank you for the suggestion, Lord Noaz. All right, so yeah, Willem is looking pretty good. I think Gilgamesh is in relatively good shape as well. He has connected the ivory. He has not connected the furs, but he's going to get the silver next. So yeah, Gilgamesh is doing pretty well as far as happiness goes too. And let's see. So Kublai, yeah, Kublai is going for the spot that Charlie took before. Oh, we got our first Barb City. It's random where they pop up. So a Barb City between Stalin and Kublai. That could hamper their settling efforts. So he's probably going to found either on this tile or this tile. We'll see which one he goes for. Oh, no. Well, I'm wrong. Looks like he might be going on the iron, which I don't think he has revealed yet. Nope. On the iron. Okay. Good spot. Oh, wait. I mentioned before, I said before that Gilgamesh and Willem were the creative leaders. I forgot Kublai's creative as well. So he will also get the free border pops, and he will easily get the pigs and the rice in his territory. So he has connected the furs thus far. Stalin, does he have a settler out? Because you mentioned he might have. Nope. He's producing one now in his capital. Is this a worker? Yep. Okay. Yeah, so Willem also went for that spot. So same basic pattern we're seeing from the AIs. Capital, obviously, and then the second city over here, third city here, and then the fourth city here. Charlie reversed that pattern, but most everyone else has gone for that same pattern. So we've got a pretty good sense of for where all the cities are located thus far. I'm just going to screenshot one of these, like Willem, because it's been the same basic pattern for everybody. But he's now connected to Ivory as well, and sooner or later he's going to have to research mining tech and stop being such an idiot. What are my thoughts on the Barb City names? They're all like historic native peoples or barbarian tribes. I think that they were well chosen. Like Carib, the native people of the Caribbean, or one of the native peoples of the Caribbean. I think that they make sense. They're better than just having like totally random names. I think that they make sense for Civ. If this was worse, AI's playing, yeah. Could be worse. All right, so did Darius now finally get his settle? Okay, so Darius has definitely been slow to settle. Makes sense though, because he went for Stonehenge, and Stonehenge is going to produce him a great profit for his shrine. So long term, that's going to be good for him. Gilgamesh on bronze working. This is a low commerce map, so the teching might be a little bit slow, especially early on. Now Willem's going for mining. All right, so it's the same thing we saw before. Darius claims the same spot. He does get the free monument, and as a financial leader, he can get the extra commerce there. If there's one leader who's struggling thus far, it seems to be Stalin. He's still on 3 cities. He's got 2 Barb cities cramming, kind of hampering him here. I know Stalin was one of the more popular picks for this game, but the spot he would have taken for his 4th city has now been claimed by a Barb. So whoops, that's not good for him. Like everybody else has got out on 4 cities. He's still on only 3. So he is not doing great here. What is up with the Russian roads? Yeah, I don't quite understand this. He's like setting up to attack this, but there's no way he can capture a city on a hill defended by archers. Apparently Kublai wants to attack as well. I think the only thing that's going to happen, though, is that they're going to promote this defending. Yeah, the Combat 3 warrior. A lot of units here. Are they actually going to attack? Haven't so far. Well, anyway, let's do a check again to see who's got units out. All right, so there's a settler coming out from Gilgamesh. Anyone else got a settler out? One nice thing about Willem is he has a lot of workers. Like, that's more than the AI normally builds. But he needs to build more settlers. Kublai's got a settler out, too. How about Charlie? Does he have a settler on this? All right, he's got a settler as well. So we've got 3 settlers on the march right now. And Stalin has one out on the map, too. I'll be curious where Stalin goes, because he's kind of been blocked on expansion elsewhere. Kublai has no chance to capture that city. Archers are terrible offensive units. These cities are in a city on a hill with the full fortify bonus. It's not happening, barring totally bizarre combat rolls. Honestly, if every unit here attacked, I think maybe, but the odds of it happening are really low. See, they're not even willing to attack. Maybe if this was Napoleon, he'd be willing to attack because he's willing to attack at low odds, but I don't think Kublai or Stalin's even willing to launch that attack because the odds are just too bad. Okay, so Kublai has founded this city. Kind of a weird spot for him. So let's see. He went for city number 4, and then this is city number 5. This is a pretty terrible city, at least out of the gate. Long term, it'll be good when the jungle gets cut down, but very weak early on. Starting to put a little bit of pressure on Willem, though. Like, does box Willem in to a certain extent. So we'll see if just claiming more land ends up helping him. Like, Willem is making the mistake of building Moai statues, which is not worth it at all in this capital. He's only going to get the bonus on 3 tiles, so it's pretty bad. Like, this city is at least slightly more useful. You get it on 5 tiles. One person I know mentioned that they thought Willem was a good pick, except if he like wasted time on Moai statues early in the game. So yeah, he's off to a good start, but this is not the way he wants to go here. Building it with no stone and at a time where it's not helpful. Anyway, we had a couple other settlers out, so let's go back to spotting them. Stalin has one, and Charlemagne has one as well. Stalin looks like he's also going deep into the jungle. I suspect he's going to found right there. All right, and we're 50 turns into the game. So, yeah, Stalin, boy, these cities are not good. These are not good cities, and even more Barb cities are popping up near him. In fact, a lot of Barb cities near him. He's 3 Barbarian cities around him. Boy, he is not looking strong right now. Yeah, Willem had to get production without getting mining. So yeah, after 50 turns, let me see if I can zoom out. Now, normally I zoom out on this view, but that's not super helpful right now. I'm probably gonna have to do a zoom out view with a with the flying camera instead, just to get a quick overview. All right. Probably use this later for the report. All right, so there's still most of the jungle unsettled. You know, the northern civs have all settled in like the identical pattern, like completely identical. All 4 cities, all in virtually the identical spots. The south is a little bit more variable right now. Kublai's claimed the most land. I don't think his economy is in great shape, though, Kublai. And Stalin is really struggling. Stalin is definitely the weakest thus far. In fact, I'm glad that I didn't pick Charlie as first to die, because I do not see Charlemagne being first to die right now. Yeah, I could have used Alt-I. Oh, well, it's okay. So, since it's 50 turns in, let's look at our bar graphs. All right, GMP is what you'd expect. The 2 financial leaders are on top. Charlemagne and Stalin are at the bottom. Production's pretty close for everybody. No real differences there. Food, Stalin is last, Darius next to last. Kublai Khan and Gilgamesh and Willem are all pretty close. Charlemagne was close, but he's starving himself for some reason. Power, Gilgamesh is first. Darius is last. No, wait. No, this is Sitting Bull. Never mind. I'm like, wait, who is this? No, it's Sitting Bull. Ignore that. It's relatively close, except Darius is falling behind. And in terms of culture, Darius is first because he built Stonehenge. So not a ton. Stalin settling towards Darius. Yeah, I mean, good if you want Darius to die, as I do. All right, so on we go. All right, at least Willem's building a settler here at Utrecht. That's a good sign for him. Charlemagne has happiness issues. Yes, oh wow, geez, what is he doing? Wait, does he not have the wheel? He didn't research, oh no, he has roads, okay. But he hasn't built, he must have just researched the wheel. What is going on here? Ugh, he has no resources, like anywhere. That is not good for him, long term. Yeah, he has like no resources connected anywhere. Ugh, what an ugly start. Good spot, Lord Noise. Stalin and Charlie are not off to a great start. Like, Darius's score is low, but he's definitely doing better. Although he needs to get more happiness resources too. Stalin at least has double like Stalin has a good capital. His problem is everything outside his capital is garbage right now, and he's penned in by barbarians really badly. Anyway, we already have vultures. So Gilgamesh is the first to connect copper, so he already has vultures. Willem will likely connect his copper shortly too. Does anyone else have their copper connected? I don't think so. We do have horses connected for Kublai, though. Look at all his health resources. So Kublai and Gilgamesh are the first ones to get actual military units. And I was trying to see where other settlers were. Okay, so we got a double settler from Gilgamesh. This is good for him. Even if he's going into the jungle, more territory is always... Well, I won't say always good, because sometimes they do crash their economies. But generally speaking, more territory is good. Kublai's got another settler out as well. Stalin has a settler out too. Well, I don't know if his economy can support too many more cities. And Kublai's got a, yeah, I think that's the same one I saw. All right, so there's Gilgamesh settling down here. This is a jungle spot. Again, it's garbage early in the game, but will be good long term once the jungle gets cut down. So Willem just finished a settler as well, didn't he? He was building one there. Oh, somehow, oh, it's over here. Okay, he's just sending it out unescorted. That seems like a plan. I think it's going to be okay, but that's still a pretty dumb decision. So apparently he wants to create some border conflict with Gilgamesh over there. Let's see. And there was another... Okay, and then there was this Charlemagne city that was recently founded. Although I think Charlemagne has another city out as well. Who's going to attack Darius first, Gilgamesh or Stalin? Probably between those two, I would say Gilgamesh because he's connected coppers first. And Gilgamesh is getting a city over here too. Gilgamesh is expanding quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities thus far, and another settler in production. This is a good spot here on the coast because it gives him, unlocks horses, and it also unlocks stone as well. So Willem, yeah, Willem's like, I'm going to settle right up on top of Gilgamesh. Nothing bad can happen from that, surely. He has finally connected. So he... Wait a minute, I thought he had 3. Oh, what happened to his ivory? Did he have his ivory pillaged? I guess his ivory was pillaged. I was going to say he's the first one with 3 happiness resources connected. But I guess... All right, there it is. He is. I believe he's the first one with 3 happiness resources. No, Gilgamesh also has 3. So Gilgamesh and Willem are looking pretty good thus far. Kublay's claimed a lot of territory. This must be his newest city here. And Kublai also has 3 connected, and he also has the horses and stone. So Kublay's looking good too. And he's claimed quite a bit of land for himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. I mean, Stalin's at 5 cities, but he's looking rough. Charlie has 6 cities, but like remember, he doesn't have like any resources connected in most of his cities. And he has no happiness resources at all? Okay. Good thing he has a religion. Yeah, his score looks good for right now, but his score is not going to be good long term. Who do I think is the best Civ in Civ 4? If we're just talking like base Civ, it's either India or Inca. Those are pretty clearly the best in base Civ 4. Like no mods or anything like that. India because of the fast worker, and Inca because of the terrace and having really good starting techs. Byzantium's also really good too, although Byzantium's starting techs are garbage. But cataphracts are really broken in this game. All right, anyway, so the map's pretty full at this point. Starting to fill up. So now we're kind of waiting to see where the aggression's going to break out. Here's another city from Gilgamesh. All right, and now this could be big. Willem is converted to Darius's religion. That could be very significant long term. I kind of think that all of the northern civs are going to end up Hindu, and the southern civs have a decent chance of all becoming Buddhist, but it's not guaranteed by any means. Why did Willem go off pattern and settle? That's a really good question. I'm not sure. He's going to need to get iron working if he expects to make anything out of that. Oh, has Charlie researched fishing? I'm going to assume no, because he's not working any of the tiles, like you said. No fishing and no mining. Oh, man, what is he doing? No fishing and no mining. That means no iron, no bronze working, no slavery civic. Boy, this dude is just not playing a good game thus far. Ugh. How about Darius? So Darius did connect copper, and he has the triple happiness connected as well. He's also building Temple of Artemis because who knows? And Great Wall. Man, he's just like asking someone to walk up and kick him in the face. So Kublai finished the Great Wall. Let's reveal the map again, because it didn't announce what city actually built it. Could be helpful against barbarians. But more significantly, he just has a lot of territory. 6 cities, and Hurrian is like surrounded by his borders. Don't forget Kublai could go after Darius as well. If we look at the diplomacy screen, I'm seeing mostly cautious faces. I'm not seeing any worst enemies yet. Mostly cautious for everybody thus far. So Kublai's kind of pulled ahead on the scoreboard. Boy, Stalin is really falling behind right now. I'm not sure why he struggled so much with this opening. I mean, again, the terrain is mirrored. Maybe it's the barbarians spawning near him just threw him off. It's about the only thing I can think of, because he is just not playing a good game. He is a long way behind in score right now. I mean, I guess technically he has the same number of cities, because like he's on 5 cities and he's about to get his 6th over here. He settled on top of the iron, on top of the aluminum. I mean, like, this isn't a bad city or anything. It's just I don't know. And there's still more room for like Gilgamesh to keep coming down here and try to claim some of that. I think Gilgamesh has the most cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Gilgamesh has 8 cities at this point. And still room for more down here because Stalin's struggling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, most other leaders have 6, but he has 8. Charlie only has 6. I think he's hurting. I think he could have founded more, but his economy didn't have enough. Yeah, Gilgamesh has the most cities right now. Definitely the most. I'm also curious about the power bar graphs. So Gilgamesh definitely the highest there, and then a cluster, and Darius is last. Kublai didn't even have bronze working. Huh, look at this, Kublai. So Kublai has claimed this gold resource that you would have expected to go to Willem with this city plant. Pretty aggressive plant. And the civs are definitely running out of room for expansion now. It's not a lot of room for more. Let's check in on their economies real quick. So Willem at 30% research, 20 beakers. Kublai 16, Gilgamesh 17, Stalin 9. Ugh, that's not good. Charlie 10. Darius 18, so most of them are around 20, like 15 to 20. But yeah, the map is mostly filled up at this point. Did he get a 9th city? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, still at 8. This would be the time for Gilgamesh to start building up for a war, though, because he's mostly out of room. Charlemagne still has like hardly any roads in his territory. Oof. Rough start for him, to be sure. I mean, his score looks good because he has a lot of land points, but Like, he doesn't have a lot of developed tiles, and that is going to come back to hurt him in time. All right, Darius got a great profit for his shrine. He will use that to build the Hindu shrine shortly. There goes the great profit. So the Kashi Vishwanath will be built this turn. And we'll see if that causes his religion to spread more frequently. All right, so note that Willem continues settling right up on top of Gilgamesh here. Look at that. He really seems to want this territory. I don't know why, but he does, clearly. Like, you'd think he'd settle over here, but no, still not claimed. The Diplo picture, when we looked, almost everyone was cautious with each other. Darius is pleased towards Willem, so he will not declare war at pleased, but he's cautious towards everyone else. Not surprisingly little annoyed. Surprising that no one's annoyed yet. Like, I'm legitimately surprised that, like, Gilgamesh is not annoyed with say, Darius. Like, you'd think that that would be enough to pull them down, but no. Anyway, yeah, so Kublai seems to have a slight lead over the field right now, just due to having land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got 8 cities as well, just like Gilgamesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as well for Willem. 6 for Charlie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Stalin there. Does seem like Stalin is the weakest. We'll also have to see if anyone starts being strong enough to take some of these barb cities. Now that people have axes and chariots. Well, chariots don't do that great against barbs, but axes do. And Gilgamesh is on ironworking as well, which will open up vultures. Or are vultures available earlier? I can't remember. Okay, great lighthouse. Nice economic wonder. Unfortunately, Kublai only has 2 coastal cities, so he's not getting too much value out of it, but he does have some international trade. I mean, that's 8 more commerce. That's this early in the game. That's a lot. His research is 21. Okay, Willem's up to 41 all of a sudden. Getting that, it's too bad for Willem he didn't get the Great Lighthouse. Getting that coastal economy in gear. So these two actually have open borders. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to walk through Mongolian territory. I do wonder if someone's going to settle over here. And now Willem's converted to Charlie's religion. All right. Swapped over again. I guess he had missionaries come up from Charlemagne. I guess we probably need more religions to pop up. No one's even researched monotheism yet. It was definitely kind of a slow start because of the low commerce at this, like, not a high commerce starting setup here. So it took people a while to research text. Now this is really smart. Willem going for calendar is huge. If he gets that like 20 to 30 turns before anyone else, he has so many resources he'll be able to connect. He does need ironworking though. I do not know if he actually has ironworking yet. No, so he'll need ironworking as well, or else he won't be able to use these. But dyes, sugars, bananas, that's 3. Does he have silks as well? No, not. He doesn't have silks because it's barely outside of his territory. But that's 3 resources. He should have 4, but he got squeezed by Charlie. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Financial civs may run away with the text, it's true. That's one of the reasons why I thought Willem was in good shape. All right, now we had another convert. Kublai also converting to Buddhism. All right. So once again, Darius, with his own religion that no one else is practicing, definitely starting to put a target on his back. Yeah, so he is now Kublai's worst enemy. And Kublai does border him. Also, we got Kublai going after this barb city, which I think he's going to get. Oh, and he got the pyramids, too. Nice. Just reveal the tiles again. Yeah, Kublai looking good here. So he's got four happiness resources because he's got the gold. And I know his economy is not great, but like if he runs over Darius, his economy might not have to be great. And he just picked up that barb city too. So yeah, he's looking good so far. Situation not looking good for Darius. I agree. Darius has to be the favorite for first to die at the moment. He's not popular, and he's bordered by Gilgamesh and Stalin and Kublai Khan. Now, if Gilgamesh also converts to Buddhism, that would be like it would be a wise move for Darius to convert Gilgamesh to Hinduism. That would be a pretty smart decision. But instead, he's going to found another religion. Okay. Yeah, definitely research monotheism. Stalin finally getting some culture. Did he... did Stalin research mysticism? Okay, so yeah, he's researching mysticism. Finally, he'll be able to expand his borders. Kind of silly. He would also benefit from taking some of these barb cities. Oh, he almost killed this one. Like, he was fighting this one. He's gotten it down to one archer, but another archer's going to pop out of there. And yeah. Unfortunately, he promoted one archer to Guerrilla 2, which was not ideal. Anyway, a couple other people on Calendar. Kublai and Gilgamesh also will be able to make a lot of use out of Calendar. This is just a really important map. Calendar is just a very important tech on this map. Just because there's so many Calendar resources. And we should see the jungle starting to get chopped down. So let's just do a city count real quick, because I think the map's just about full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Willem. That's pretty good. Kublai, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 for Kublai. Charlemagne, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he kind of got squeezed. I think it's because he just didn't build enough roads early in the game. Stalin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Stalin, man. His diplomatic situation's a lot better than Darius, but he himself is pretty weak. Darius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Darius got a little bit squeezed. He's only on 7. And Gilgamesh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 for him. He's got a decent chance of capturing these barb cities, though. Now that he's got vultures out on the map. And there's still room to settle over here, too. Oh. Okay, wow. Willem jumps into first place on score with that. Because he gets +1 pop in every city. Oh, it's interesting that this got split over to this city. He's actually building a lighthouse here. That's actually the correct build for the AI. The build should be lighthouse, granary, either lighthouse granary or granary lighthouse. I'd have to think about the math to know which one's better. That said, yeah, that's nice for Willem. He gets the extra happiness. Now he needs to research ironworking so he can cut down these jungle tiles, because otherwise he can only improve a couple of his calendar resources. I don't know why he's on priesthood. Maybe he wants the oracle, but I think the oracle is going to go to Darius because he's one turn away. Hanging Gardens was Willem, so Darius just got the oracle. Great spy that's on the Great Wall. So Gilgamesh has... Oh, interesting. Gilgamesh went over to the minority religion of Darius. So the Jewish holy city is literally right here. So it's not surprising that Judaism spread over to Eridu. But yeah, so now Gilgamesh also follows a religion different than from everyone else. Now we're starting to see some more annoyed pops up. Yeah, so Darius, worst enemy of Kublai Khan, worst enemy of Gilgamesh. The odds that one of them is going to attack is starting to get larger and larger. Darius trolling him, yeah. Willem also building the mausoleum, which would be a very nice prize if he could finish it. Willem basically just wants to avoid fighting. Like, his goal should just be to sit here, build until he can get to rifles, and then look to be aggressive after that. And he is also picking up ironworking, so that's a smart pickup there. But yeah, declaring war would be one of the worst things for him to do. Let me see if anyone looks like they're getting ready to declare war. So Kublai's power is spiking, and so is Gilgamesh to a lesser extent. Let me see what... Well, Kublai's not building military units. Gilgamesh is. Gilgamesh may very well be plotting war, and Darius would be the most likely target, but who knows? Could also be Willem, because they do have some border tensions there. Well, he is much more annoyed with Darius than he is with Willem, for what that's worth. What is that catapult doing? Oh, wait, does he already have construction tech? No, he doesn't have construction, right? He doesn't have construction. No, he went calendar, not construction. Okay. And yes, Willem did research ironworking, so now he can start the long process of cutting down the jungles and replacing them with financial cottages. Oh, well. That's not good for my picks. Since I have these two as 1 and 2, that's not good for my picks. Oh boy, why? Why not go after Darius? Why? You're annoyed with Darius. But no, you get your Willem instead, who's much stronger. All right, war declaration number 1. That said, I don't think this attack's going anywhere. We'll see. All right, well, Darius, man is Darius lucky. Because I think Gilgamesh could have just carved right through him. Might have been the cultural pressure, as Link Mario Samus points out. All right, let's see. Like, this attack on Middleburg is not going to succeed if it's launched, which it was not. And Nijmegen has walls, so yeah, I don't really see this working. I think this is just one of those wars that yeah, look, they're number 1 and number 2 in power. Why you wouldn't go after Darius is beyond me. This really opens things up for Kublai, though. Like, if Kublai were to take a bite out of Darius, that would be pretty nice for him. I'm hoping that these two will just sign peace and get back to building, but we'll have to wait and see. So monarchy for Kublai is nice. It's funny that not 5 minutes before I said, all right, the single biggest thing that Willem needs is just to stay at peace until rifling, because if he does that, he's going to win the game. Also, what is this? What is this city? I guess it's not going to flip, but still. I'm not going to be able to work very many tiles. Oh, it's on the gold. Oh, I guess it's denying the gold. It does claim the gold, so I guess that's worthwhile. Anyway. So, let's see. It looks like Gilgamesh attacked with some of his units. And Willem was just like, please. Darius getting the Colossus is nice for him. Now he gets the super financial tiles. 4 commerce water tiles. Like, this city is going to be really nice. He shouldn't even be working the silver. The silver should be worked by the capital. He should just be growing on the water tiles. Oh, Kublai is mids? Okay. Fair point. Thank you for pointing that out. It was also, as Reverend also grabbed in the chat. All right, so I guess we just keep an eye on this. Neither of them is going to be able to capture any territory unless they have construction. Oh, Barb City taken by the... Oh, haha. Okay, so the Dutch apparently ran in and grabbed that city. We'll see if he's able to hold it. Poor Stalin. This is like right next to his capital and gets sniped by the Dutch. So, right now I think Willem is the top researcher. Willem 66, Kublai 54, Gilgamesh 40, Stalin 28. Oh, that's not good. 51, Darius 45. Yeah, right now Willem is the tech leader by a small margin, and he's setting himself up for more good stuff long term by picking up calendar and now picking up monarchy. He does have wines, so that'll give him another happiness thing, plus of course the military happiness from hereditary rule. But like, this war could cause him to lose tiles to pillaging, which is something that always sets the AI back. That said, I think Gilgamesh lost some... No, Gilgamesh did lose some power, but not much. Again, these two would be better off just stopping their war. The best thing... All right, well, Gilgamesh just launched an attack and everything died. And there's the Great General. Yeah, Willem seems to be in pretty comfortable shape, but he's not going to be able to capture any territory from Gilgamesh unless he were to research construction, and he's not doing that. He's going for currency. He really legitimately just wants to stay at peace right now. So perhaps they'll sign peace. Yeah, so far Gilgamesh is literally just losing units. He's not actually making any territorial gains. And he's lost a fair number of units. But like, similarly, Willem's not going to take any territory from him. At least I can't see it, not right now. Darius is the wealthiest, for what that's worth. He must be sitting on a ton of money if that's the case. Why is he sitting on... Oh, he must have gotten a lot of fail gold. Otherwise, I can't see why he would have 900 gold. Yeah, so Willem's gotten 2 great generals, although I guess Gilgamesh also picked up 1. Stalin has also picked up a religion. Buddhism seems to be the dominant religion in the world right now, which is good for the people who are on Team Buddhist, not so good for Gilgamesh, and not so good for... Especially not so good for Darius, who is extremely lucky that he was not the first one to get attacked in this game. Yeah, Rose is right. If Willem can defend, he will be in good shape. The bigger problem for Willem would be is if he sent a big stack into enemy territory and just had them die for no reason. But like the war does stop him from improving tiles along the border, which is what would be ideal. The city is 68% Dutch, but I don't think it's going to flip because it is a pretty good garrison. Yeah, because like right now, oh, never mind, that's a Gilgamesh stack. I thought that was another Willem stack. Because like if all these units attack, maybe they'd have some success at Nijmegen. Nijmegen needs a spear because there's a lot of chariots over here. One spear could kill like 4 chariots in that city. So like that's the thing. If Willem moves units out of the city, which the AI does sometimes because they're stupid. Where's the Barb city getting captured? Sniped away from Kublai and Stalin, who are also pursuing it. Yeah, Kublai is also slowly creeping up, but like this city should not fall because of its wall defenses, but like the AI doesn't stock it with enough units. Like there's only 2 archers and 2 axes on defense here, and those City Raider swords can probably punch through, so there's a decent chance this city gets captured. I don't know if Gilgamesh goes before or after Willem. So it got attacked. Now Gilgamesh is also converted to Buddhism. All right, so now everyone's Buddhist with the exception of Darius. So Darius is pretty freaking doomed right now. I think this city holds. Like a number of these vultures and swords are going to promote and attack again. So I'm not 100% sure. If that axe completes before the city, if that axe completes and this sword moves in, I think it's okay. Ooh. Nope. Well, almost everything in the city died. Yeah, these vultures and swords, a lot of them are very, very low on health, but a lot of them won their battles. I think 1 or 2 of those combat results are pretty lucky for Gilgamesh, because look, he's got a vulture at 0.3 and a vulture at 0.2. If one round of combat goes differently, those units are dead, and there's 2 more units on defense here, but now he probably has enough to take this city. Because like a beat-up sword and another sword here, these are not the right units. He needs axes to defend the city, so it's probably going to get captured. Now there's 2 City Raider, 3 swords, and a spear. Alright, Willem getting his own religion could be a problem too, because he will likely convert to that eventually. Willem was launching his own assault up here, but he was just losing all these units. Again, the smart thing would have been to just keep these units, hold them in Nijmegen, and defend. All that's left is 1 chariot, and yeah, with City Raider, 3 swords, and a spear, I think that city's toast. No! Gilgamesh pulled his units back to heal them. Oh, wow. The AI sometimes, he pulled back the City Raider 3 swords to heal them, instead of just attacking and capturing the city. Oh, boy. Retreated. So Willem survives narrowly for the moment, but he did lose a lot of units up here. So if we look at the power graphs, yeah, but boy, look at how many units have been lost here by Gilgamesh. He's really lost a ton of units in this war. Has kind of, like, these 2 are way out in front in power, but after losing all these units, now they've been kind of brought back to the rest of the pack. Also, Charlemagne looks like he's almost certainly getting ready to attack, because he's really been spiking in power. So who does he dislike? He's not much on Darius, and he's not much on Gilgamesh. I believe that, can you guys remember, does he declare war at pleased Charlemagne? I can't recall if he declares war at pleased. I don't think so, but I'm not certain. He won't fight. I don't think he'll fight Willem, Kublai, or Stalin. No. Okay, thank you for explaining. So it has to be Gilgamesh or Darius. If it's Darius that he attacks, we'll start the process of Darius being run over. If it's Gilgamesh, then Gilgamesh would be in a lot of trouble because he'd be in a 2-front war. Yeah, here's the stack building. So it's probably Gilgamesh. Does he have open borders with Gilgamesh? He doesn't have open borders with Gilgamesh, so maybe he is attacking Gilgamesh, who's been playing a good game thus far, but if he gets caught in a 2-front war, it could get ugly. Anyway. So, yeah, just keeping an eye on this. Gilgamesh is researching construction, though, whereas Willem is hitting the top of the tree. So, like, Gilgamesh will just go, like, 100% units when he's at war or really close to it, whereas Willem is like, I'll still build the Parthenon, and, like, I'll still build courthouses in cities that have a high maintenance costs. And it just reflects the fact that he has much higher peaceful preference, like, economic setup than others. Also, by the way, seriously, look at these resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 8 happiness resources connected. Sheesh. Not bad. Like, compare that to, I guess Charlie's doing okay. How about Stalin? Yeah, like, if you look at Stalin, he only has 4 happiness resources, and it just makes a big difference. How about Gilgamesh? He's doing about equally as well. He's also got a ton of happiness resources. Hey, welcome. Glad you're able to make it. No one's dead yet. Still in the early stages. Our only war at the moment is Willem versus Gilgamesh. Only conflict right now. So it looks like Nijmegen fought off another attack. There's certainly been a lot of hot fighting over here. Most of the fighting's been in Willem's territory. Look at this city over here. I know that was a captured Barb city, but it's still kind of funny. So does Charlie have the shrine for his religion yet? Because Buddhism seems to have been really well spread around the map. He does not have the shrine. He really should get one, because it would be worth a lot. Like, if we zoom out and look at the religious map, most of the world is Buddhist. I guess there's a big block over here that's not, but outside of Persia, the whole world's pretty much Buddhist. Also, who's building the statue of Zeus? I saw someone was working on it. Where did I see that a second ago? Oh, Amsterdam. I thought I saw it somewhere else too. Well, in any case, statue of Zeus is a pretty powerful wonder for these games. So I'm still trying to keep an eye on Charlie. Also, apparently, I never changed up the music, so if you guys asked for it, I must have missed that. We definitely should go into the classical era. There we go. That'll work. Darius. Darius was the other one. Thank you. I knew someone else was working on it. There it is. Oh, it looks like Darius is going to get it. That could be key because there's a lot of people who might be ready to attack him. Like, Kublai seems to be building up a pretty nice army right here. Oh, here comes... Oh, look at this. All right, so we caught Charlie in the act. He's about to declare war on Gilgamesh. And he's got a pretty decent stack. Now, he doesn't have construction yet, I don't think. No, it does not have construction. But this is gonna take Magyar for sure. All right, so here comes the war declaration. All right, let's mark it down. Somehow Darius, despite being hated by everyone, is not getting attacked. Sometimes it's just who the AI attacks does come down to luck sometimes. Like, the odds were that Darius would get attacked, but it hasn't happened. Oh, 1 turn away in Amsterdam, and 1 turn away in Sus. Oh, geez, who's going to move first? I can't recall which one of them goes first in turn order, so we'll see who ends up getting that. Yeah, this is likely to help Willem. Now, does Willem have construction tech? No, he does not. He's going for feudalism before construction. That's a bit odd. He definitely would benefit from getting construction, because he's not really going to be able to take any territory until he gets that. Yeah, Kublai Khan has also slipped ahead in score for the moment. Kublai has the most total land. So Willem did get Statue of Zeus, narrowly sniping that away from Darius. Obviously won the turn order. Now, on the plus side, Darius got a lot of fail gold off of that. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. Anyway, Magyar is complete toast. There's no way this can be held against this many units. And that might be enough to swing the matchup over here, because Willem does have a lot of units. It's just he can't get through the defenses yet. Yep. Darius good at failing. Yeah, Willem's stacking up a lot of wonders here. So there's our Parthenon and our... Well, I was going to say our city capture, but it's still slowly trickling in. Darius gets a shrine for his minority religion. And Gilgamesh made peace with Willem. Okay. Well, I guess we never got the printout for that city. I guess I hadn't revealed the map since it was founded. So Gilgamesh is now back to 1v1ing, and Willem can do what he really wanted to do, which was just to sit back and tech up in peace. Because Willem has enough territory for the moment. Also, if a city like this were to get captured, it would just pop into Dutch borders anyway. So yeah, sitting back and letting others fight it out is pretty smart for him. Peace for Willem is pretty good at this point. Like, just like peace is good for Darius. Darius just wants no one to fight him. The odds that that's going to happen long term are not great, though. He's the worst enemy of Kublai and Stalin. So if Kublai were to attack, Darius would almost certainly be the target. And Kublai does have a pretty nice stack over here. So don't, and there it is on the very next turn. There it is. I'm pretty sure this is not just an open borders incursion. So Darius just finished the Great Library. Stalin converts to Hinduism, what? Okay. Why in the world did he go to Hinduism? Okay. Seems like a poor choice. Where's Stalin? Oh, so as a result, yeah, because that makes it much less likely that Stalin would jump into this war. All right, so we've got a couple wars to keep track of. We've got Charlemagne and Gilgamesh, and then we've got Kublai Khan going up against Darius. Unfortunately, this war is like right on the world map, on the mini-map, so it's a little harder to see. Yeah, forcibly opening the border. Darius building catapults. Does Kublai have construction? That's kind of the other key question. I can't recall if he has that or not. He is one turn away. Okay. So he won't have them in the initial stack, but he will after that. That's a lot of units on defense, but it's even more units on attack. So I think this will work because there's no walls here in Gordium. I guess the main attack hasn't started yet. Give it another turn. And now Willem's going to have construction as well, if he would go to war again. All right, so as I thought, that was enough units to capture that. Darius is going to have elephants, though, and elephants will be good against the Kashyyyks. Also, Kublai lost a lot of units. I mean, he took the city, but he lost a lot of units doing it. I'm going to pull up the power graph in a second. Okay, so it hasn't shown up. It just showed Darius losing units, but I swear he lost a fair number of units. Maybe not, though. A lot of Kashyyyks at low health. Maybe they retreated successfully. Like, it'll take time for them to heal, but nope, I guess he didn't lose a lot of units, huh? Okay. Well, Darius certainly did. How about Charlemagne? Is his army on the march yet? No. I think he also needs construction tech. He is researching it. I didn't even need to go and look it up. He's researching it. All right, so everybody's occupied right now except Stalin is not in a war and Willem is not in a war. Those are the two that are staying out of it thus far. Team South seems better at warring. I agree, but Team North seems better at researching, and I think that might end up being more significant in the end. All right, so we've got a straight up 1v1 right now along this border. Oh, here's the Charlemagne stack over here. It's running into which is on a hill and has walls, so I don't expect this to work very well. I think these units are all going to die, watching a failed attack. Well, maybe not, actually. They killed almost everything. Wow. So, yeah, I think this is going to work. And then the real winner will be Willem, because his culture is going to swallow up this spot. Because Nijmegen already has 200 culture, which means the borders extend out to these tiles here, and it's halfway to 500 culture, which would put the border out to here. Of course, it does actually have to get captured first, but there it goes. Nice for both Willem and for Charlemagne. Although I kind of need Darius to die first and not Gilgamesh, so I don't want Gilgamesh to collapse too quickly here. Oh, never mind. Gilgamesh is going to get his city back over here. Yep, so they trade that. They trade a city back. So again, the real winner in this is Willem, who is not fighting at all. As we often see, the real winners are the ones who don't even fight. All right, and the other war, where's Kublai? All right, here comes Kublai. He does have a catapult with this stack, and he also has his own elephants, and he has more catapults back here. Yep, so Kublai is, I think he's going to be strong enough to take down Darius. Darius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. Kublai has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cities. Yeah, he's got definite edge in number of cities. And yes, Gordium's not that helpful right now, but like once this city sieges down, he should go for Susa next. That would be the logical target. Looks like he's going for Pasargadae instead. Okay, request spam. Going to take a long time to drop the borders of these cities with the limited number of catapults there. And Kublai's going into police state. Okay, going to hurt his research, but hey, I mean, plus 25% from a forge and then another plus 25% from police state. That's a lot of extra production. It just makes a big difference when you're getting 33 production per turn instead of 22. You can crank out the units a lot faster that way. So Willem and Kublai seem to be in the driver's seats right now. Especially if Willem ends up picking up like and Lagash without even needing to lift a finger, just purely as a result of his culture being strong. We'll see though. All right, so I was trying to keep an eye on this stack. Oh wait, did they just attack? Why in the world did they just attack? Ugh. Why? Why, Kublai? Why would you do that? You have catapults. Why? This city has longbows on a hill with 60% defenses. That's never going to work. All right, so that stack from Kublai got cleaned up. Now he has another stack moving in behind it, but still. How about Stalin? We really haven't paid much attention to Stalin. Is he even doing anything? Well, Kublai has overwhelmingly the most power right now. Like, it's not even close. So you would think that he'd be able to force his way in through one of these cities. I mean, he'll reorganize his forces. If he can just use his catapults, he should be okay. Now Nijmegen's a holy city as well. This city came so close to getting captured. Meanwhile, Willem's like, shh, just keep teching along. We'll hit rifles 30 turns before anyone else. That's when it'll be time to make a move. Like, he's got cities like this that are... Well, I have no idea why he's starving here, but like this city's worth 20 beakers per turn. That's like half of Stalin's whole civ. No, not really. But let's check in on their research. See, like, Willem's at 250 beakers per turn. He's already up to 70% research. Kublai's at 150. Gilgamesh's at 69. Stalin's at 127, 117. Darius 211. So, like, the only one who's even close to Willem is Darius, and he's in the process of having to fight off the game's strongest military power. So I think that the things are looking pretty good in general for Willem right now in this game. Who would have thought that Kublai Khan could be associated with a kamikaze? Wow. Using the alternate initial definition of kamikaze as divine wind. Nice. Nice historical reference there. That's a reference to the divine wind that turned back the Mongols when they tried to attack Japan. Not the suicide planes in World War II. All right, let me check back in on the Gilgamesh versus Charlemagne war. So this city is still being held onto by at the moment, although it's completely surrounded by Dutch culture, is not likely to be held onto long term. And then meanwhile, the locus of the fighting over here is over Magyar. That seems to be where these two are mostly focused. And Charlemagne should have catapults now. Gilgamesh certainly has catapults. Yeah, so Magyar will probably get traded back again between these two. And over here, Susa is in the process of being sieged down. I expect this will succeed. Like, there's a lot of units here, but note the units here are mostly do not get defensive bonuses. Okay, there's a longbow, so that gets a defensive bonus, but War Elephant, nope. Horse Archer, nope. Swords do, although they're not very good defensive units. Catapults don't, and Immortals don't. So most of the units here don't get any kind of defensive bonus. So once the walls are down and you send the catapults in, they all just die like snapping your fingers, basically. So Charlie got a great general, and they're fighting. Magyar has not actually been attacked yet, but I expect it will on this turn. Still, Susa is likely to go down first. Ooh, size 14 city. That's a nice prize there. Definitely hurts Darius a lot. Oh, wow. And now Stalin declaring on Gilgamesh. What? All right, well, so Charlie makes peace. He did get Magyar in the peace treaty. My second place prediction for Gilgamesh is not looking too great. Come on, Gilgamesh, I need you not to die. You know, the funny thing is Stalin didn't have that many units here. I almost wonder if he was bought into the war, and then Charlie made peace after that. I need Darius to die first. Everyone's like, nice timing, Stalin, and then it's like, oh, actually it's bad timing. Stalin got memed? Perhaps. This is bad for Gilgamesh because he's just been at war nonstop, like over and over and over again for the last 50 turns, and that really does crimp the development of the AIs when that happens. Also, Kublai, wow. Darius losing power, Kublai gaining it. Yeah, see, Stalin is not very strong in terms of power. While we're here, let's just look at that. Yeah, there's the golden age from Kublai. GNP. Yeah, Darius is still tracking with Willem for right now, but I don't think he's going to be able to track with him for much longer if he keeps losing cities. He does only have 6 cities left. Like, he can't absorb many more losses like Susa, which is a really nice city at that size. Stalin's almost caught up to Gilgamesh, yeah. Still, I still think Darius is most likely to be the first eliminated just because he's not very good at fighting wars, and Kublai just has such a humongous military right now. So we could end up having a... Remember the first playoff game that we did where it was Willem against Kublai, and it was like Kublai had the territory, but Willem had the tech? We're kind of setting up for the same result here, like Kublai having the most territory, but Willem being the technological leader, which is pretty awesome. All right, so this city has not revolted yet. Does it have any culture? None. It's revolt. Oh wait, actually, it's already revolt. No, it is revolting. This is the first revolt. So if it revolts again, it flips to the Dutch. It takes 2 revolts. I would say that there's good odds of that happening, especially because Nijmegen is only going to expand its borders that much further. When it hits the 500 culture, it'll have culture out to here. Anyway. So yeah, the fighting between Stalin and Gilgamesh. I think Gilgamesh can handle Stalin okay, because Stalin's pretty weak. Yeah, this initial Russian stack kind of got cleaned up. Yeah, mostly got taken down by Gilgamesh. If he takes out the initial Russian units, he might be able to push on Yakutsk after that. Meanwhile, over here, Kublai is in the process of healing up his army. Yeah, he's healing it up in here. That is a large stack of units. Because he's got 25 units here, and then he's got like another 15 units here. So we'll see if Basargadae is next. I would suspect that it is. All right, so they're on... Geez, he's got a lot of units. Yeah, they're on the move. Darius, keep building those wonders, man. Look at all these wonders here. Stonehenge, Great Library, Colossus, Sistine, Artemis, Moai. All these great people in the city. Got 3 super specialists, the 2 free scientists from the Great Library, and the free priest from Temple of Artemis. Pretty and crazy stuff. All right. All right, I want to go back to this. All right, so it looks like the fighting initial surge of units has kind of died out between these two. Looks like Gilgamesh is winning the trades, though. I think Stalin's just behind in tech. He's still in construction. I want to look at everybody's tech status when we get to turn 150. Yeah, this city is not doing a whole lot for you there. I guess, but, oh, wow, okay. So this is one thing the AI can do. Look at all the units in this city. Charlemagne, you crammed like 20 units into the city, and the revolt chance has gone down to 0. You can completely suppress a flip if you put enough units in the city. Does Stalin not have ivory? No, he does. He must not. He doesn't have construction, so he can't build elephants until he gets construction. He also needs horseback riding, but he does have horseback riding. You need both horseback riding and construction and ivory in order to build elephants. So there are a lot of requirements. Yeah, Pasargadae is probably toast. I mean, there's a lot of units on defense, but once those walls go down, it's going to take a while because Darius built Chichen Itza and gets the extra wall defenses, so it's going to take a while. But eventually the walls will come down, and this stack that has, I don't know, almost 50 units in it will be able to reduce it. Yeah, check out the elephant chain. Convoy of elephants heading through here. Not the best sight when you're trying to hold out. And it does look like Gilgamesh is getting ready to go on the offensive over here. Because he's cleared his territory of Russian units. So we're going to have optics soon, which means it's possible that someone might be able to reach... hopefully they won't be able to meet Sitting Bull. I'm just going to try to keep an eye on that, because with optics it might be possible to see his borders. Hopefully not, though. In fact, it might be better just to put another row of ice here. I think I'm going to do that just for safety's sake. Because, like, they can still work all the tiles around this city and still sail through. Well, no, actually they can't sail through because the borders block. So actually I really shouldn't do that because it blocks the ships from being able to pass through. There we go. That's still enough room to get through. No, ice does not affect domination. Well, there's two types of ice. Sea ice does not. Land ice does, but that's sea ice, which does not count as land. All right, where were we? Oh, yeah, we were watching Pasargadae, which has had all its defense. Oh, this is the holy city for Darius, too. 18. Wow, nice shrine. 18. Not bad. So it'll probably get attacked this turn. Now, Darius hit this stack with his catapults, but like there's medics units repairing the damage. So I would expect this to go down, if not this turn, then the next turn. But it is, in fact, this turn. And I think Darius is on his way out now. He's going to take a while, but he has dropped to last place in score. So, Buddhism, Apostolic Palace. We could see like a crusade resolution, too. More great generals. All right, so we got to put the AP religion into the Observer Civ. Not in Sitting Bull's city mode. All right, so now we'll be able to watch the AP resolutions. And Willem built it, so that's going to juice up his temples. He doesn't seem to have built very many of them, but he will now. Yeah, there we go. Buddhist temple +2/+2. Don't be shocked if he goes for a cultural victory either. So this city's back to having a revolt chance. I don't know why I keep looking at that. I'm just curious. It interests me. No, the Holy City's fine. It only gets messed up if you remove a religion, not add a religion. Watch. So the Holy City was Charlemagne. Yes, Prague is just fine. It's still a Holy City. See? Anyway. Yep, so well, let's peek in here. So Yakutsk is also under siege. This war is definitely not going the way Stalin anticipated. Although it looks like he's going to hold here. Hey, dear. A lot of great people getting born here. So it just takes a couple turns for this stack to heal up, and then it'll be on to Persepolis or Tarsus, whichever one chooses. All right, so Willem is the one who controls the AP. Charlemagne had the most votes, but nobody else voted for him. Willem got votes from Kublai and Gilgamesh. Well, wouldn't it be funny if he won by diplomatic victory? How do people feel about Willem, by the way? This is how he feels about them. Here is how people feel about him. Well, pleased Kublai, pleased Gilgamesh. Wait, Gilgamesh is pleased with him? Even though he declared war earlier? Whatever. Friendly with Charlemagne and then just pleased with Willem. Only one who doesn't like him is Stalin. Anyway. So we'll see the Dutch controlling the AP. Yeah, I think Stalin has pushed back this particular attack from Gilgamesh. The city lost all its defenses, but it looks like it held out okay. Doesn't the AI always vaguely go for a cultural victory? Yep, I think Sleeping Dragon's right. I think it's going to be very hard for anyone to kill him now. And no, I understand, like, Sleeping Dragon, I understand the mechanic. And Spreek, I understand the mechanic. Only the person who gets declared on actually is influenced. It feels weird. Even though it does make sense. So has in fact gone over to the Dutch. It did flip this turn. See, even though there's Holy Roman units in it, is now a Dutch city. So Willem has gotten... So in this whole war between Charlemagne and Gilgamesh, Charlie got one city and Willem got one city, and Willem didn't even have to do anything. It's nice sometimes to have strong culture. Anyway, Willem's also going to claim the music prize here any turn or two. He's definitely ahead in tech. We'll get a look at the big tech tree in a couple turns. Oh, no, never mind. Gilgamesh is back here. Oh, hello. Didn't see that coming. That's a nice move there. That's a spicy meatball. No, it's a nice move by Willem. A chance to get some territory pretty easily. At the very least, you should be able to get one city out of this. Yeah, Tarsus is dead meat. Darius already picked the music artist? Okay, thanks for that, Reverend. I must have missed that. I'm surprised he gave it so much priority then. All right, so Tarsus was going to get taken by the Dutch, and that will probably allow them to fill in another city down here. We'll see if they cram in another city later. But this is just what Willem needs, is a little bit more territory. He doesn't need the most territory, he just needs like enough territory. And meanwhile, the Mongol army is marching on Persepolis. So I think Darius is likely to be first to die now. Also, there's another... Oh, and then we also had Russians losing a city too. Yeah, I don't know if Stalin sticks with Hinduism, he's unlikely to make it to the end of this game, but there's no way Gilgamesh can push faster than both Willem and Kublai combined. And I also don't see either of them giving him a peace treaty. Kublai especially not. Like, it's going to take a while to get through Castle plus Chichen Itza defenses, but it's just a matter of time, really. Give me points. At least Willem brought along a lot of catapults. Like, he brought 8 catapults here. It just goes to show how absurd the defenses are. And like over here, there's 2 catapults and 3 trebs, but it just takes forever to get through castle defenses. One of the things I dislike about Beyond the Sword is I think that they make it too hard to get through castle defenses. Yes, it was a little bit too easy in the non-expansion because you could literally just bring 4 accuracy catapults and any city's defenses dropped instantly. Okay, that was a little bit too easy, but it shouldn't take 10 catapults 6 turns of bombarding to take down the defenses. All right, also Yakutsk was recaptured there. It didn't pop up in the event logger because I didn't have the... I didn't reveal the map again after it was captured. So these two are fighting and just basically achieving nothing other than throwing units away. It's very much a case of one of the most wasteful wars. Oh, geez. Still founding more religions. Darius, hard at work. All right, so we're 150 turns into the game, so good chance to stop, pause for a minute, take stock of where we are. Whoa, Willem went free religion. I don't know if that's good or bad for him. I mean, it's good for his teching, but probably not great for him diplomatically because he's going to lose the shared Buddhism bonus with everybody else. Yeah, it did hurt his relations, but his teching's only going to be that much stronger as a result of being in free religion. All right, so first things up, bar graphs. Yeah, his GMP with, I mean, again, he and Darius were tracking very evenly for most of the game. Let's go back even 100 turns. Yeah, you can see the two of them are pretty much lockstep, but now that Darius is in the process of dying, Willem's really starting to pull away. Production, there's the Golden Age. Kublai is the lead in production, otherwise it's fairly close. Food, for some reason, these two decided to run a bunch of specialists and starve themselves, but they are fairly close for most food. Then Charlemagne in third. Gilgamesh and Stalin tied with one another, and then Darius, who's losing. Kublai, Willem, Charlemagne. Darius is just taking huge losses here. He's about to take more when these cities get captured. Culture. Oh, we had a culture bomb dropped by Willem. And it was it? Nope, not here. Where did he drop the culture bomb? Was it in Nijmegen? Nope, not there. Where did he use this? Oh, I can just look at his city list. That'll tell me. Persepolis? What? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong. Carib. Oh, he put it in his Barb city. He put it in his Barb city. Okay, well that was a logical place to put it. Now he gets to work all these tiles. He gets to screw over his neighbors a little bit more. And this city is, I mean, look, the city's paying for itself. And it's producing 15 beakers per turn. It's got the trade routes. Huh. Note that the maintenance is 8 per turn, even with a courthouse. Definitely needed the courthouse here. All right. Yeah, Willem will not lose the AP, but he will lose being the resident. That's correct. He will not be able to be the resident. I don't believe you can be the resident if you're running free religion. All right, so that gives us the bar graphs. Now let's look at everybody's research rate real quickly. So 340 for Willem, 207 for Kublai, 129 for Gilgamesh, 111 for Stalin. So Charlemagne is the closest to Willem, although Charlemagne is at 70% and Willem's only at 60%. And Darius is at 219. So Willem is definitely the leader, and let's look at their tech trees real quick. All right, so Willem has researched every single medieval tech except philosophy, which he's about to finish, and banking's a medieval tech too. But he's about to enter the Renaissance, right? So he's going into the Renaissance right now. Kublai, who's kind of his other big contender, Kublai is way behind in tech. Yes, he has civil service, but he is missing 1, 2, 3, 4. He's missing every tech at the top of the tree. That's 4. He's missing alphabet 5, missing compass and optics 6, 7, and theology 8, and guilds 9. So he's 9 techs behind Willem. That's almost a full era, because an era is about 12 techs in Civ4. We'll change the music in a second. So Gilgamesh is basically even with Kublai. They're about the same. I think Gilgamesh is slightly further behind. How about Stalin? Stalin's basically the same as well. He has machinery, does not have civil service, so no maces. And Charlemagne is a little bit further ahead of them. He has civil service machinery, so he has maces, has feudalism, still a ways away from guilds. Like, we need to look at Darius. So Darius is definitely in second place in tech. He's going to be on to guilds shortly, but like no one is really close to Willem except Darius, and Darius is on his way out. So Willem's really starting to snowball in tech. He's definitely going to hit rifles way before anyone else. All right. So we'll go over the medieval music for right now. Alrighty, and on we go. I think the main thing right now are these sieges of Tarsus and Persepolis. Stop trading with Darius. Okay. Now up to 8 cats and a treb there. Still the 2 catapults and 3 treb. Oh, more trebuchets here that Kublai is bringing in. Maybe that'll speed things up a little bit. Now things have reversed. Now Stalin's on the offensive, although I think his stack's just going to get shredded here. Does have a lot of catapults. Oh, it failed. So Gilgamesh voted no, Stalin voted no, Charlemagne voted no, only Willem and Kublai voted yes. Didn't know. So everybody not at war voted no. All right, defense is still slowly getting lower here. Just needs another turn or two. I also did want to check. All right, so no one has met Sitting Bull yet. That's good. All right, just a couple more turns. Let's get these defense. All right, well, there goes Persepolis. And Tarsus is probably going to get attacked on this upcoming turn. So this is not looking so good for Darius. I'm just going to hit next turn, and Tarsus is going to fall too, yeah. All right, yeah. I'll re-reveal the map. Yep, so both of these have gone down. Unfortunately for Willem, he's not especially well positioned to capture more territory, but we'll see. He does have, I'm pretty sure he has open borders with Kublai. Where's Willem? Yeah, they have open borders, so he can walk through Mongol territory. Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, I definitely should mention how many wonders are in this city. Yeah, super nice prize. So let's see. Stonehenge is not useful anymore. Great Library is still useful. Colossus is good for the whole game. Sistine is great for the whole game. Temple of Artemis not that important. But Sistine being in Kublai's hands and not Willem's hands is pretty significant because it makes Willem less likely to go for a cultural victory. Like this city just has a granary and a market, not nearly as important. And like Kublai also got the Kashi Vishwanath, the Hindu shrine. So Kublai's getting more out of this war than Willem. It's just Willem doesn't need to get more out of the war. He just needs to get something out of the war. Like if he now plants a city here and maybe another one on the northern coast or something, or if he even captures another city out of what's left of Darius, that would be pretty significant. Just so he's getting some more territory. Oh, and now he's just started. Oh god, he just started Golden Age too. Remember, he has the Mausoleum, so he gets the extended Golden Age. This is going to be ugly, and from a research perspective, 513. Everybody else is like is barely over 200. Yeah, Charlemagne is like next closest at 261, and he's at 513. He's really going to be pulling ahead. He's going to get like all the first two bonuses. He's going to land most of the wonders. Yep. Willem has spent nothing and got a city. No, Willem's doing great. He got a free city on one side. His culture is great. His research is kicking butt. He's going to be at education way before anyone else. And he can use his Golden Age to build those expensive universities. Meanwhile, out of who's left in this game, Darius is dying. Stalin and Gilgamesh are weak. They're just fighting each other. And then Charlemagne is, I guess he's building research. Oh, that's even worse. If Charlemagne is only up at 250 beakers while building research in several of his cities, that means he's even weaker than I thought. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Willem and Kublai right now, but even more so for Willem, because like Kublai's going to conquer this territory, but he's not in a position to. He's just a long way behind in tech, and it's hard to see him making up that ground. Then again, we all know Willem could suddenly decide he wants to go for a cultural victory and lose his mind. All right, let's see who attacks first. I think Willem goes first here. I'm not certain, though. These two are both in... Oh, hold on, I can just look in my spreadsheet here. Yeah, it goes... In the order of this game is Willem, Kublai Khan, Gilgamesh, Stalin, Charlemagne, Darius. That's the order. Wow, Sardis is still alive somehow. So I think Willem's going to capture this, because there's like nothing left at this point. Then again, it's almost entirely Dutch units anyway. Yep. Alright, so another city. The Dutch colonies continue. This is like the East India Company. Oh, here we go. Declare war on Darius. Let's see if this goes through. Significant for war counter purposes. Because like he's got Carib now and Sardis. Meanwhile, the big Kublai Doomstack is working on Ecbatana, which is another holy city and does have a shrine. So pretty valuable commodity there too. Would Charlie be able to profitably jump in against Stalin? It's a good question. So yeah, we should look at Charlemagne because he's the only one who's not committed. Yes, he could attack Stalin. He could attack Darius. He wouldn't attack the other three. Good question. That city's a replacement for the one Kublai settled up. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's in the same part of the map. This spot here, Samarkand, right on their border. Those two must have pretty good relations because they've been getting the big mutual military struggle. Yeah, he's pleased, although Willem will declare war at pleased, and Kublai's also pleased, but Kublai will also declare war at pleased. So they're clearly friends, but not so much so that they would never fight each other. Oh yeah, and this war is still going on, technically, Stalin against Gilgamesh. It's been a very wasteful war for both sides. So that attempt to vote through the Crusade resolution failed, largely because Charlie voted no. If Charlemagne had voted yes, it would have gone through, but he said no, and that was enough to stop it. Going from strength to strength, picking up liberalism here. Let's see what he went for. I'm going to guess astronomy based on his tech preferences. It was indeed astronomy. So now he can use his Golden Age to get universities and observatories when no one else is more than libraries. And look, he is building mostly universities and observatories. He's going to be so far ahead of everyone else in research. It's going to be crazy because no one else is like close to those techs yet. And he's going to have the 75% research bonus plus the financial bonus. Because remember, Darius, the only other leader in this game who was financial. Charlemagne, I don't think, has built the Buddhist shrine. It's a good question, though. Nope, he still hasn't. He has not been able to get a great profit, and I do think that's hurting him. Yeah, the dying civ swap into pacifism happens a lot. So Kublai gets this city. Was not sniped away by the Dutch. The reason why you see the dying civ swap into pacifism is pacifism has a unit cost on it. Here, I'll just highlight it. It's +1 support cost per military unit. So when a civ's almost dead, they have no units left, and they're like, oh, cool. It's cheap to go into pacifism. So it doesn't really work. They're like, I have no units. That way I can avoid paying the unit upkeep cost. So I'll go into pacifism. But yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. As Antisocial said, financial alive, the best trait pairing. Unfortunately, Darius is not good at alive. Yep. So despite some early drama, peace weight comes through in the end. And Willem builds the Christian shrine? Okay, that's a minority religion. He may spread it around, though, now that, yeah, it's only in 3 cities. He might spread it around now that he's got the shrine, but seems unlikely to do too much. Also, here comes Taj Mahal for the double mausoleum golden age. Just going to keep cranking that research out. I mean, yeah. Like, seriously, yeah, pretty much. Got the plus 85% from buildings. Yep, if you're wondering why he's ahead, this is why. Financial alive. So they're racing for the last city. It's kind of important who gets this for the Golden Spear Award, keeping track of kills, because it's pretty close right now. Charlemagne has 4 kills, and who else has 4? Gilgamesh has 4 kills. Right now, Kublai Khan has 3 kills. So Kublai could tie them with 4 kills if he picks up a kill on Darius. That's for the whole competition. We don't have anything like last season where Stalin had 7 and Julius Caesar had 7. But we have a couple of civs at 4 right now. Although, unfortunately, the ones at 4 are Charlemagne and Gilgamesh, who don't seem to be in great shape to pick up more kills. Maybe Charlie could pick up a kill. All right, so his golden age ends, but he's got another one on the way. All right, so now it's just kind of dumb luck as to who gets this. All right, so yeah, could be either one. Vienna, that's Charlemagne, yeah. Wait, he researched divine right? Ugh, him and his religious preferences, I swear. All right, well, anyway, we're about to see Darius exit the game. If not on this turn. All right, it looks like Willem's going to get the kill. Yeah, it looks like Willem's going to get it, because he moves first in turn order. All right, so even though Kublai did the most to make that happen, Willem actually gets the kill. So we bid farewell to our first leader in this game. It was not to be Darius's game. It was kind of a rough field for him, to be sure. But he is first to die. Let's put it in the spreadsheet. Just going to reveal the map first while I'm thinking about it. All right. So, yay, I hit on my prediction. Woo! All right. Well, Darius is already in last on the list here. So, Darius, this is turn 171. All right, and the kill went to Willem for his second kill. Now he has more than the Apostolic Palace. Whew! That's good news. All right, so switch back over. And now we just, yeah, he's basically financial Gandhi. Pretty much, that's a good description of Darius, financial Gandhi. All right, so let's look at the situation right now. Stalin and Gilgamesh are still involved in a war. They hate each other. As far as the other leaders go, Willem will plot war at pleased, but he is most likely to target Gilgamesh because of that you declared war on us. Kublai will not attack Gilgamesh. He could attack anyone else. He actually doesn't like Willem that much, which is kind of interesting. That would be something to see if the two of them went to war. If Willem gets to rifles, though, Kublai could not beat him. If Kublai wants to fight Willem, he better do it before rifles pop up. And then Charlemagne doesn't like Stalin, is the one he dislikes. He doesn't seem to be interested in a war right now. So how close is Willem to rifles, just out of curiosity? So he's got military tradition, so he can build cuirassier, and he has gunpowder. He does not have anything on the rifling line yet, and he might ignore it for a while, but he's researching so fast, he'll probably get to rifles pretty quickly anyway. Stalin next on the... Yeah, Stalin is most likely to be the next to go, just because he's practicing Hinduism, and no one else is practicing Hinduism. Note that Kublai's are immediately onto military tradition. He loves himself some cavalry units as well. And let's look at their research rate. All right, so Willem is not in a golden age, and he's at 700 beakers per turn. Kublai's keeping pace pretty well. He's at 518. Gilgamesh is not close. Stalin is not close. Charlemagne is not close. Is Kublai in a golden age? I can't remember. No, he is not. So Kublai's just keeping pace. It's not as one-sided between those two as I thought, because Kublai does have an awful lot of territory. I guess we should focus on the one war that's still ongoing right now. This never-ending war between Gilgamesh and Stalin. Why is Burger King's economy so bad? It's a good question. It really should be better. Maybe because he's doing stuff like this, he's not growing his cities? I don't know. His economy should be better. Oh, he's running 50% gold. Maybe he's upgrading units right now. He is running a high gold percentage, so perhaps that's it. I'm not sure otherwise, though. Yeah, so Willem is going for the top of the tree, as you would expect. So, yeah. So I'm happy to just advance turns for the moment until we see something else. Well, I was going to say another war. I mean, we have an ongoing war, but like it's between two AIs who don't seem to be terribly significant right now. We do have a lot of Dutch colonies sprinkled around the map. We've got Carib and Sardis, and now, what's this last one? Bactra? Yeah, they're all stuck up there. Decent chance that Kublai could get rifles first. Perhaps. Not impossible. We could do a... Oh, well, there's the Taj Mahal Golden Age. We could do a quick comparison of where they stand, because these are the two leaders most likely to win the game. So here's Willem, as far as what he's got. He picked up Constitution, now he's grabbing Corporation. And at that point, he will probably go for a democracy soon, although he has to get printing press first. How about Kublai? So Kublai's missing all this stuff. So he does have military tradition, but he doesn't have gunpowder. And he also doesn't have banking. So he does have a ways to go to get to rifles. But you're right, they might end up getting there at the same time. It's just that Willem's going to be way ahead for everything else beyond that. And now he's up to 1,000 beakers per turn. He is in a golden age. All right, and Kublai fell back. Kublai's running extra gold. He's probably upgrading units. So right now, Willem's well over double the rate. So I'm just going to go back here and continue to watch the one border where there's an active war taking place. And Kublai's wasting time on Divine Right, so not great. Oh, God, he also went into representation. Oh, boy, and bureaucracy. Now his capital's... Ugh. Now his capital's worth 300 beakers per turn. And mercantilism. Okay, well, the mercantilism is a more questionable choice, but still. Going representation has put him up to 1,200 beakers per turn. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Kublai Khan was upgrading his knights into cuirassier. At the way, well, yeah, Willem's like, all right, I'll just one-turn printing press then. Oh, wait, did he just declare war on somebody? There it is. One of you guys called it in the chat. You mentioned, could Charlemagne declare war on Stalin? And there he goes. It's a smart move for him. Stalin's pretty weak. And this could be a good time to pick up land. So these are like the weaker civs working together to take down someone related. So now Kublai is not involved in the war. Kublai could attack anyone except Gilgamesh. And Willem could attack Gilgamesh as well. Let's see what we got here in terms of power. This is a pretty good stack. 42 units. Well, Vladivostok is toast for sure. 15 catapults. Yeah, I'd say that city's pretty doomed. Look at the power. Well, we might as well look at GMP while we're at it. Yep, there's the Dutch Golden Age firing off. And the 2 Dutch Golden Ages on the production bar graph. Food, Kublai's slightly ahead. Power, those 2 are close. Yeah, wow, Charlemagne is much stronger than the other 2. So we've got 3 clear tiers in the game right now. We've got the 2 leaders. We've got Willem and Kublai are the 2 leaders. Which is interesting because when we did playoff game number 1, my observation from that game is, wow, all the leaders in this game are really good. They're much better than the leaders in playoff games 2 and 3. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. The 2 leaders from playoff game number 1 are just dominating against the rest of this field. Anyway, but 3 tiers. We've got the 2 leaders, we've got Charlemagne in the middle, and then we've got the 2 trailing civs. And that seems to be pretty clearly where everybody is in this game. Anyway, this is a nice time to attack. Stalin is completely exhausted from the long warring. So great opportunity to pick up some more territory here. Vladivostok is completely toast. Yakutsk is probably also toast. He even gets the spiral minaret. Well, I guess that was the reason to go to Divine Right. Pick up a wonder there. I mean, it's worth a decent amount of gold because Charlemagne will have the religious buildings everywhere. All right, well, there goes Vladivostok. Just update the map real quickly. And like I said, Yakutsk is probably toast too because it has to be defended against both armies. I think Gilgamesh will get this one. So Stalin, one of our favorites for this game, he never was able to get it going in this one. I don't know why he struggled so much, but he really did. Like, he just couldn't get anything in this one. Oh, now he belatedly joins the Buddhist side. Well, maybe a little late for that, unfortunately for him. So everyone's Buddhist except Willem, who's pre-religion. I'm not sure how Yakutsk is still standing, to be honest. Stop. Oh, here we go. AP. Stop the war against Stalin. Wait a minute. Why is this even being raised? Charlemagne controls... Who controls the AP right now? I can't remember. I thought it was Charlemagne who was the AP leader. Well, anyway, Yakutsk is going to fall, but then the war is probably going to get stopped. Oh, no, it failed. Oh, ho ho. Only 617 needed 700. So who voted no? Gilgamesh and Charlemagne both voted no. They both said they wanted the war to continue, and Willem plus Kublai plus Stalin was not enough. Wow. Willem is bad at being Pope. Kublai's got an awful lot of votes. Because Kublai's got an awful lot of territory. Alrighty then. So Gilgamesh gets that city. This is probably going to be the next one focused. Well, maybe not. The big Holy Roman army mostly went off to try and capture Yakutsk, from what I saw. No, wait, where is it? Where's the big stack for Holy Rome? Oh, here it is. Okay, it looks like it is going for Yekaterinburg, because it can move down and around to this tile and be right next to it. Yep, called it. Yeah, so that city is likely going to fall next. There's like these orange blotches on the minimap where the Dutch are. I can't even see what Willem's researching because he's one-turning every tech right now. So he picked up democracy, even though I didn't even see him research it. So he'll start Statue of Liberty and just get that much further ahead. Now he'll probably go scientific method and then communism and physics, but he will have to go for rifling pretty soon. He's running out of stuff to research that's not rifling. Yep, I figured he'd go scientific method over rifling. Meanwhile, Gilgamesh's army is still not moved out yet. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, well, here we go. Number 1 versus number 2. This is probably going to decide the game here. Will Willem be smart enough to research rifling in time to save himself? He's wasted more time than he should have. Let's see where Kublai is. So Kublai does not have rifling, but he does have Cuirassier. I believe Willem also has those techs, though. Yep. Boy, Willem has really done a good job to research everything except rifling, but I think he's... Oh no, he's already queued up physics next. Ugh. Why? Why would you not just research this one tech? Yeah, it's just a few turns too soon for Willem. If you're Kublai, though, you have to make progress right now. I bet he's going after one of the Dutch colonies, though. Where is the big Willem stack? Because it's not over here. Not the big Kublai stack. He's got to have a humongous stack somewhere. Oh, Willem's got his huge stack over here. Well, this could be interesting. Yeah, power graphs for sure. Thanks for the suggestion. Kublai's definitely ahead in power. Yeah, Kublai's ahead, but not by as much as you might think. Not by a ton. All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for the big Kublai stack. I don't see it anywhere on the border. Again, I think that the way this is most likely to end is that Kublai has some initial successes, followed by the Dutch teching to rifles. Although Kublai's not, I mean, Kublai's right there too. So maybe not. Anyway, this city has 1 unit left. Because I think Kublai is going for rifling as well. Yep, all right, so Kublai's headed there too. So Willem won't have the edge for too long there. I hope and pray for his sake he goes to rifling after physics, because this is truly crazy. He's researched literally every other tech possible except rifling. The one tech that would make him completely invincible. Note that he's also really close to assembly line right now. All we would have to do is research steam power assembly line, although you can't build infantry unless you have rifling. So like he will get to infantry ages before Kublai Khan. The question is, can he get to rifles before Kublai Khan? That's not clear at all. No, I think Willem will still get there first, is my read. I think he still gets there first. Okay. Letting my parents know when we have dinner reservations tonight. All right. But it is, I mean, I'm kind of glad that we get this war because it's pretty fascinating. If those two never fight, then we just have Willem just like slowly tech his way to space or whatever, and he wins easily. This way we actually get an interesting fight. Like, look at this, 57 units here. Now the question is, where is the Kublai stack? He has one like that too. One that's probably even bigger. I just haven't found where it is on the map yet. But he's got to have a, oh, here it is. Maybe? He's got 36 units here in Sullla. So the two of them who were allies are now fighting over like what's left of Persia. And I think Willem actually has the stack in better position to take a target here. He could even link up his territory if he were able to capture Ecbatana. Anyway, so we'll see. So again, they're racing towards these. And so that was the little city down here that just got captured. So Stalin is slowly in the process of going out, and now Gilgamesh has got this city under siege. But I am most interested in the Kublai versus... I'm not really interested in the Charlemagne versus Gilgamesh versus Stalin. I'm more interested in Kublai versus Willem. Although there is a small chance that if Willem could kill Kublai, Gilgamesh could somehow get up into second place. I don't think that's likely, but it is theoretically possible for that to happen. Yeah, Ecbatana, I was curious about this attack here. If Willem could actually just capture this city. He did take out all the defenses there on that turn. Amazingly, I was not asked for open borders prior to that with Gilgamesh. So Willem is out of a golden age now. Are there any big stacks attacking a Dutch city? I'm not sure if I'm seeing any of that. Like, here's an attack at Leiden, but it's... I guess there was an attack at Leiden, but it didn't succeed. Like, I'm just trying to watch the border region between... The, oh, wait, maybe... Oh, here we go. This is where the Doom stack is located. Finally found it. 84 units attacking Tarsus. This is where Kublai's stack is. Now, Kublai did not lose his stack. I finally found his big Doom stack. So this stack will definitely take Tarsus, and this stack is definitely going to take Ecbatana. And it's probably both are going to happen on this turn. Let me see if I can get them both in view on the same turn. I knew he had a stack somewhere. All right, so they trade the cities, as expected. Should get both pop-up messages this turn. There we go. I wanted to get them both in the screenshot. You can get 4 messages in the event logger in it if you time it at just the right moment. You got like a half second to do it. All right, so Kublai has finished printing press. Willem has now finished physics. So will Willem, in a hot war, be dumb enough to research communism now, or will he wisely research rifling? Let's see. I bet he goes for communism because I think he's that dumb. Yep, he is. But after communism, he will probably go for rifling. He will probably go for rifling after communism. Of course, that means he's going to get it at the same time as Kublai. So the other thing is, where is this big stack going to go next? This is a very large stack over here. Here goes the Dutch stack out. Headed for Persepolis, I guess. The 2 armies might clash here, which would be pretty funny to see. The AI doesn't usually act that way. Oh, here comes a Willem stack running through Russian territory. Yeah, I mean that's probably the big reason why Willem did not do better in previous seasons of AI Survivor. Like, he's got these awesome traits, but like he just doesn't research. He's really bad at researching military attacks. Like, that's his Achilles heel. He is terrible at researching military attacks. All right, the Kublai stack is on the move. Where is it? It's over here now? Yeah, but it's down to 37 units. Still, Leiden is almost certainly toast as well against that many units. Yeah, Willem is definitely taking the worst losses thus far. He really, really, really needs to research rifling or he will lose the game. Like, he will win the game easily if he... Well, maybe not easily, but he is heavy, heavy favorite to win the game if he will research rifling tech. He could theoretically research electricity. He could research military science or steel. I think he would be I do think he will research rifling here, but I am not certain. Nope, steam power. What is wrong with this dude? I swear to God. He's now on steam power. What is he doing? He's like deliberately not researching the one tech that will keep him alive. Oh my God! He's queued up steam power steel railroad. Holy crap! What is wrong with him? Oh my God! He is like, nope, 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 not gonna research it. Won't research it. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my God! This is self-sabotage on levels we have rarely seen in Civ 4. Like, we've seen a lot of dumb stuff in AI Survivor, but like literally every single tech except rifling, he just won't research it. What is wrong with him? Meanwhile, Kublai, who is literally a dozen techs behind, is going to get rifling in 3 turns, and then he'll have a gazillion cavalry running around against longbows. Unbelievable. This is just craziness. I mean, yes, machine guns are very good, but he's, what, 8 turns from machine guns? And Cavs can do a lot of damage in that time. Well, we'll see. Hope powers save us now. So Leiden was just captured. I should screenshot his idiocy here, because there's a good chance I'll use that in the report later on. Just really hard to believe. So Leiden was I mean, Willem could lose a lot of territory here, because Kublai Khan is definitely stronger, and if he's running around with calves against longbows, it's going to be a slaughter. What a reversal in this game. Like, this game was gift wrapped for Willem to walk to the victory, but Kublai may have timed his attack at just the right moment. All right, so Kublai is the leader. I don't think Kublai is going to propose a stop the war resolution. Could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to do that. All right, so we see that Stalin is slowly getting grinded down by these other leaders. Moscow's actually under attack right now, too. It's kind of overshadowed by the Kublai versus Willem matchup here. I will say if Kublai can defeat Willem, he definitely deserves to win. And Willem does not deserve to win, if that's the case. So Willem on steel. Financial alive, yeah. Sometimes maybe they're just too dumb, though, to... Ultimately, at some point, you have to be alive. You can't be so dumb that you refuse to research literally the one military tech that would keep you alive. That said, Samarkand looks like it might get traded back here, although maybe not because there's one trebuchet. So if there's no trebuchet in this stack, it just Willem just attacks and captures it. But because there's a trebuchet, he'll probably stop and sit there and bombard 3% off the defenses at each turn. But anyway, Ekbatana was recaptured. Bactria will be recaptured. Good thing Willem's got those airships, though. They're definitely helping a lot in this war. And I say that tongue-in-cheek. Well, airships are actually really good units. But the AI doesn't use them very well. Yeah, meanwhile, Kublai is slowly capturing every Dutch colony. How close is he to domination? Not very. Still a long way away. So one other thing I was curious about. So Kublai does have rifling now. Again, he is way behind on every other tech. So you do not need rifling to build machine guns. Like, that seems like such a stupid thing to ask, but like, you do need rifling for infantry. You do not need them for machine guns. So Willem will be able to construct machine guns once he gets to railroad. He'll also be able to build cannons. Yeah. Well, airships. So like, airships are really good because they are great for scouting, but the AI doesn't really scout. And like, now Samarkand's got rifles, so it's probably too late now to capture this city. Yeah, like, now that it's rifles instead of longbows, it's going to be a tough ask to take that city. Yeah, so that city also fell to Kashyyyks, actually. And that Doomstack is probably going to take Sardis next, because it's only defended by longbows. Meanwhile, in former Russia, Stalin is still slowly dying over there. The Gatling gun was not rifled? Interesting. I thought that it was. And Gilgamesh is still technically in this war, too. Yeah, so like, now there's just rampaging cavalry running around. Because like, Cavs can just attack a longbow in a city and just kill it, even if there's no siege at all to take down the defenses. Whoops. Boy, this has been some bizarre game, hasn't it? At least it's been exciting, though. I'm sorry if I'm a little too pro-Willem. It's just that I had picked him to win the game, so obviously I'm leaning a bit towards that. Here comes cannons. I mean, Samarkand might get captured. It wouldn't make up for all the cities that have been lost thus far by the Dutch. Kublai is slowly running out of time, though, because... Oh, here's another stack coming after... Oh, geez. Now he's going to attack from the other direction. Oh, never mind. This is still one of the colonies. At least these colonies have bought Willem some time. Like, they're buying him some time to get up to machine guns, and then hopefully after that, finally go for rifling. He's been losing a lot of territory, though, while this has been going on. Look, his research rate is declining. Oh boy, he's still researching at like triple the speed of Kublai Khan. Yeah, so now all the Dutch colonies except for Carib have been lost. Carib is still hanging in there for the moment, still drawing attention to itself. All right, and now there's a machine gun in. Now, one machine gun can't fight off all these units, but it did kill some of them. Like, this city is going to fall. But yeah, the colonies have bought some time, and Willem did take Sardis here, which for some reason did not pop up on the highlights. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm confused. I've got the colors confused. It's Samarkand that's under attack by the Dutch. Samarkand and Sardis. The names are similar, and the terrain's mirrored. So, yeah, this is the one that was captured by Kublai. All right, so Willem does have access to machine guns now. And it doesn't take too many machine guns to stop calves. Although machine guns aren't great against calves. They're way better than longbows, obviously. But they're not the absolute best units. And oh boy, the bombarding is only taking out 3% of the defenses each turn. So Samarkand's probably fine. All right, Willem, nope. Is he researching rifling? Nope. Combustion. He seems determined. He's like, that tech is like poisoned. He will not touch it. Have you ever heard of someone researching? All right, so the last Dutch colony has fallen now. Have you ever heard of an AI researching combustion before they researched rifling? This is crazy. He's got a freaking death wish in this game. I can't, like, I look at this tech tree. I can't even, like, I can barely even get rifling on the screen now. I am just at a loss here as to what he's doing. Tanks before rifles, yeah. Seriously. He's like determined to not research this tech, even though it would be his salvation. Biology, I mean, he could research biology next. Rifling is, you actually, you can skip rifling entirely. You don't need the tech to win the game, as far as if I remember correctly. Because I believe you can skip rifling. I think you can take flight to get to rocketry. And you can just, yeah, I believe it's completely optional. Oh, tanks require it? Okay, tanks do require rifling. But, like, I believe you can launch the spaceship without ever researching rifling tech. And perhaps that's what he wants to do here. So the big question is, where does the big Kublai death stack go next? Like, this city could have been captured easily, but now it's stocked full of rifles. And there's a Gorilla 3 rifle, so it's not going anywhere now. Rocketry requires it? Okay. I'm sorry. Also, we should have done a big check because that was a round turn number.
It is entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle.
All right. Stop the war against Stalin. That's the one that went into the AP. All right. All right. Let's check our bar graph situation. All right. So Willem is still ridiculously far ahead in tech. He's researching way faster than anyone else. But he has to not die if he's going to win the game. That's Charlemagne's golden age. Yeah, look at this. His food is now plummeted below Charlemagne, and it's close to Gilgamesh because he keeps losing cities. And look at this beating he's taking. Again, if he would just research rifling tech, he would be fine. But he insists on not doing that. Yeah, he's losing culture. That's from losing cities. Espionage. Yeah, I voted no. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I agree. I doubt it'll matter, but. I definitely intended to vote no. All right, Stalin has signed peace with Gilgamesh. Okay, so they finally signed peace. Okay, whatever. St. Petersburg is probably about to get attacked, either this turn or soon. I can't see the exact percentage. Could we see Charlemagne get to rifling before Willem? So it succeeded. My vote did not end up mattering. All right, so that ends the war between Stalin and Charlemagne. So Stalin survives for the moment. Willem doing a big swap. Operation Barbaro, yeah. It's definitely a successful war. He picked up quite a bit of territory. Stalin is lucky to still be alive. He only has 3 cities left. All right, so I'm still like waiting to see if we're going to see the big doom stack pop up in Dutch territory. Haven't seen it yet. Just see some pillaging units. Leiden is completely surrounded by Dutch territory. Yeah, it would be difficult for Kublai to hold on to some of these cities. You would have to keep taking more cities because the Dutch culture is really strong. All right, so now that the other leaders are at peace, we can see if any of them would want to jump into this big conflict. So Gilgamesh is cautious with Willem. Stalin is cautious with Willem. He's pleased with Kublai. And Charlemagne is pleased with everyone, so he won't attack anyone at the moment. Yeah, what does Willem research next? He's going to finish. I mean, will he finally go back for rifling? I'm just, like, he's really almost out of things to research. I guess he could research biology. That's probably the one he researches if he doesn't go for rifling. And at this point, it's like it's late enough that it doesn't even matter that much because he's already got machine guns to defend with. Well, we'll find out what he picks up next turn. Here comes units from Holy Rome for some reason. I don't know quite where they're going. I'm just looking to see if there's a huge stack. I'm not seeing it. I do see a lot of cavalry, but I'm not seeing the big death stack yet. All right, he is finally on rifling. Turn 206. Took a while. But yes, he will finally be able to upgrade all his old units, all those longbows into rifles if he wants. The stack in Susa. Yeah, it was a while. It was definitely pretty late. So the question is, can Willem... Now he's just at parity in terms of military unit. Now the question is, will we research assembly line, get infantry, and then suddenly have the tech lead? Because like he could be jumping from longbows to infantry in like literally 3 turns, if that's what he wants to do. We'll see. Assembly line is a very powerful tech. It would certainly be the smart one to research now. Whether he does, though, who knows? Whatever happened to that attack on Samarkand? It obviously didn't succeed. All right, and yep, he's doing that rifling straight onto assembly line. All right, here's the big stack for Kublai, 52 units. All right, so this is the one we've got to watch. I mean, he might, remember, he might just be strong enough to roll through regardless. If Willem could get factories and infantry, that might help. That might be enough, but like Kublai might have enough units right now that he can just do this on his own. Like this could be pretty close as to whether assembly line tech can be deployed fast enough to, like to be able to save the Dutch territory from getting taken out. I don't know. We'll see. Certainly didn't help losing all those cities. You really could have stopped all of those losses by researching rifling earlier, because when Kublai started the attack, he just had cuirassier, and like rifles would have cut them apart, no trouble. Certainly made this game a heck of a lot closer than it needed to be. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see this city holding out against that many units on attack. But then again, maybe if they're all upgraded to infantry, we'll see. There are more units coming up here from the side. So steam assembly line just finished. We'll see if he upgrades any of them too. Is Willem like running more gold? No, he's not really running that much gold, unfortunately. I'm not seeing a lot of infantry in these cities. He's got a couple. Also, war weariness starting to pop up. How bad is the war weariness for Kublai? Because he's been attacking into the Statue of Zeus user, but apparently it's not that bad. All right, so we're going to see this attack come in any turn now. Oh boy, there's another. Oh boy, there's 45 more units here. There's 56 units here and another 45 here. Oh my god. Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Did a factory finish in here? Just out of curiosity? Nope. I don't know, Willem. This is just an awful lot of units. There is such a thing as just having enough quantity and quantity outrunning quality. I don't know. It's an awful lot of units. Yep. Rotterdam went down pretty fast. Look at all those injured units, but injured doesn't mean dead. Willem might have just waited. He may have just waited too long and had his back broken. Oh my god, and Charlie finishes the Statue of Liberty 1 turn before Amsterdam. Oh, a devastating blow to Willem. A crushing blow, 1 turn away from Statue of Liberty. Charlie snipes it with a great engineer. It would have to have been. There's no way he could have gotten it done sooner than that. Fail gold for upgrades, true. I'll get that next turn, I guess. I think that Willem might just have been broken at this point. His power is so much lower, and he doesn't have a lot of cities left. Although he does have factories, so now maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He only has 8 cities left. I mean, Kublai has, I don't even know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He has about 20, so it's like 20 to 8 in cities. It's a huge edge. Maybe tanks will save him. Maybe, we'll see. He's still a long way ahead in tech. But, I mean, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, there's the fail gold. So we will be able to upgrade all his units. Well, eventually. He's still got longbows in this city. I don't know, man. I think Kublai might have done it. Because he's got another 61 units here. No, more than that. He's got 38 cavalry on this tile. And, like, it's not even, it's, like, obviously taking the cities is really bad, but, like, note that they're pillaging the landscape everywhere they go to. So even if Willem turns this back, like, a lot of his cities are going to be really, really pillaged, like, the living daylights pillaged out of them. I mean, he's got 61 units there. And now Willem's fallen all the way to 3rd in score. There is, however, 1 trebuchet with this stack, so they might be sitting outside Amsterdam for a while. Still, it's a monster stack. So, like, as Willem loses territory, he loses resources too. That's part of the reason why his cities are increasingly in trouble. Like, yeah, there's units in here, but, like, are there enough units to deal with the stack that has 88 units in it? I don't think so. Does Willem have oil? Good question. He does have oil, but only on this tile, and it's not improved. And that's his only source, because this spot got sniped way back in the early stages of the game. So unless he could connect an oil on this tile, which I don't think he can, he's not going to be able to build tanks because he won't have the resource. And that's really bad for him, because that's kind of his one hope, was being able to build more advanced units. And no one can trade for it, certainly. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if you get to industrialism, which he is going to get there if he doesn't have enough, if he doesn't have any oil to build tanks with. It's just that at some point an AI gets so many units. Oh god! So it looks like somebody has met Gilgamesh or Sitting Bull. Apparently these two have met each other. I guess the borders have stretched out far enough. Sitting Bull does not like Gilgamesh. Alright, so we need to get rid of Sitting Bull. Sorry, Sitting Bull. That was always the fear, that someone would run into you. Apparently it happened. Goodbye. That means we also have to get rid of the AP religion in here. So we will no longer be able to watch the AP resolutions. That's okay, though. And now we need to go back to the Buddhist holy city here. Add it back. All right. Oh, well. Willem dying is your dream. I think he's going to. I think Kublai is just going to conquer him. I think he's just waited so long to get better units that it's just too late. I mean, there's 101 units on this tile. Like, that's going to take Amsterdam, and once Amsterdam's gone, I don't see any way the Dutch can recover from that. We seem headed towards a Kublai domination victory at this point. Maybe. He's still a ways away. Buddhism got defenestrated from Prague. Did Charlie ever get the shrine? Nope, he still hasn't gotten the shrine. He is smart enough to build Wall Street in there, although that's probably a coincidence more than anything else. Nope, never has gotten a great profit. Yeah, so Willem has industrialism, but he doesn't have oil, so he can't do anything with it. It's not like he's going to run a unit over here. Yeah, so no oil. He has every resource except oil. The one he really needs. Oh, he can build ironclads, though. Whew! Thank goodness he can build ironclads. The AIs with coastal capitals definitely seem to like doing that. Yeah, so there are now 121 units on this tile. Kublay's just stacking them up higher and higher and higher. Like, there's, 20 units on defense, but against 120 attackers, there's no chance. There's no way that city can hold. If Kublai would just get better siege units, he wouldn't even have to worry about this. But he is literally attacking with one trebuchet right now. Still, eventually the defenses will be down, and he'll just send in the attackers, and that'll be that. So much for my Willem prediction, which I really think was a good prediction for this game, but sometimes I said Willem's one Achilles heel is he is too dumb to research military techs. And boy, that has come back to haunt him in the absolute worst way in this game. I mean, he's researching artillery now, but like there's too many units stacked up on this tile. Even if he hits it with a bunch of artillery pieces, it's not going to be enough. There's 93 cavalry on that tile. 93 cavalry. Yep, as Rose said, he either gets to rifling in time, in which case he wins his games, or he doesn't get to rifling, he's eliminated. I think that's true. The problem is he was an entire era ahead in tech, and he still didn't get to rifling before his neighbors, which should not be possible. When you're that far ahead in tech, someone else should not beat you to rifling. I mean, he's like, look, he's lost half his empire at this point, and he's still an era ahead in tech. Like, look, he's got industrialism. What is he? I don't know what he's researching now, but like he's still deep into this era. Like, look at Kublai. Kublai is still 15 techs behind. Maybe not quite that many, but he's still way behind. And it's not going to matter because there's like nothing left of the Netherlands at this point. It's just such a stupid way to die. Now we're up to 93 calves on that tile, 140 units. Like it doesn't matter how many defenses are in this city. There's no way to survive against that many calves. It could be mechanized infantry in there, and the calves would still be able to carry the day with 93 of them. Like, Willem's building artillery, and if he had gotten there sooner, that would have been useful, but he's frantically building ships of the line out of his capital right now. He's also lost most of his, well, not most, but he's lost a lot of resources. Kublai also, he has the chance to finish second in a game and still win the final, yeah. To be fair, though, Kublai really was dominant in some of his games. Even though he didn't win his playoff game, he was very dominant in that playoff game. Yeah, you just keep relentlessly cranking out more ships, Willem. I should probably check on what the other civs are doing, but like, I'm just waiting for this attack to finally be launched. That trebuchet, 3% at a time. Now we're up to 159 units on this tile. I don't know how many Willem has, but it's nowhere close to 159 units. So Charlie's just researching, just building research. Stalin's basically irrelevant at this point. Charlemagne won't declare on anyone, so he's kind of out of it. Stalin could attack Charlemagne, but I can't see him doing that. And Gilgamesh will not attack Kublai. He would attack Stalin or Charlemagne. Okay. Where were we? Oh, outside Amsterdam. So Amsterdam falls, and now the Dutch are... yeah, look at all those wonders there. Statue of Zeus is probably the most significant. So now we'll see if those huge cav stacks finally start moving a little bit faster. Yeah, we should probably look at the power bar graphs now. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what you'd think. Such a flip, like, so like this is where the start, I think the war started like right here. These two are like neck and neck when the war starts, but Willem just never researches military techs, and so he falls while Kublai's power just spikes like uncontrollably. Yeah, there wasn't much chance for the Dutch. I honestly thought that Amsterdam was not the tipping point. I thought the tipping point was over here at Rotterdam, because like that was the first really big core city. Because like if he could hold Rotterdam, then Leiden could probably get recaptured. But once that fell, the route was open to the heart of Dutch territory. And certainly at this point, there's not much that can do. It's just where all these units go next. Kublai's teching is still pretty poor. This might even open the way for another leader to surpass him. Well, probably not. He's going to have so much territory by the time this war is over. So now he's got a big stack outside Utrecht. He doesn't have any siege units here, so I wonder if he'll just launch the attack. That would be incredibly bloody, but he would probably capture Utrecht because he has so many calves. Okay, so he did order the attack. I'm not sure it went that well. There's still 54 calves on this tile, though, so maybe. Certainly more great generals being born. I have the feeling a lot of units are fighting here at Utrecht. Yeah, so Kublai didn't lose that many units, but he's killed almost everything inside. Like, hill defense, 80% cultural defenses. If you have, like, 70 cavalry, it doesn't matter. They can just push through and capture the city regardless, which is exactly what happened. Like, it definitely lost units, and a lot of units taking that. But at some point, it's worthwhile just to push on through and capture the cities. So yeah, there's very little left of the Dutch at this point. Or whoops. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's severe losses, but how much does it ultimately matter? Hard to say. So Kublai's at 36% land area. He's got a fair bit more he can get from the Dutch here. Willem has another 12%, so that would get him. I mean, it won't be enough to put him over the domination limit. He would need to attack someone else, which would have to be Charlemagne, because he's friendly with the other two. But it does seem like he's headed in that direction. Or barring that, when he actually gets out of war-making mode and starts developing, his economy would be absurd with all these cities. He just needs to get to state property, and then his economy will be awesome. The infantry, they do nothing. No, the infantry did do a lot. They probably killed 25 cavalry. It's just that there were another 50 calves after that. Oh, and that city got sniped off. Yeah, I mean, the whole Dutch core is pretty much under the control of the Mongols at this point. It came with a shrine, although not a very good shrine. So yeah, we've just got a couple cities left, really. There's only 4 cities remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5 cities remaining. I really don't quite know how the game got to this point. Well, actually, I do. Willem didn't research rifling. I know exactly how it got to this point. But it never should have reached this point. This should have been an easy victory for Willem. Yeah, I'm not sure that really matters as much as you think, Link Mario Samus, because Kublai seems to build plenty of units, and that's been my impression from watching these games. So I'm not sure that actually means as much as you were saying before the game started, but it's an interesting thought to be sure. Yep, so right now these stacks are just marching city to city. Like, Maastricht has no cultural defenses because the Mongol Navy was able to take it out. Now you might be saying, wait, how do the Mongols have ships here? Well, obviously they built them out of these ships on the Northern Ocean. Kublai on free religion. Oh yeah, so he switched to free religion. Well, that sure lowers his relations with what's his name? With Charlemagne. So I wouldn't be shocked if Charlemagne is the next target. That would be good for me because Gilgamesh could be second place if Charlie is the one to die. Anyway, so yeah, the Hague getting attacked now. Yep. No attempt to take out the cultural defenses, just plow right through with rifles and calves. If this game shows anything, it is the power of cavalry. Cavalry is really, really powerful. One of the best units in Civ4. If you ever watch our multiplayer games, you'll see this kind of thing too. First with knights, and then later on with calves, if the game would get that far. They're just really strong units. Knights, anything that's 2 movers. Did we finally see the Buddha shrine get built? All right, well, 47 cities. Yeah, awful lot. That's, Charlie His research is probably, yeah, he's actually researching faster than Kublai at this point. Not much left of poor Willem at this point. And Stalin is technically still in the game. I wouldn't be shocked if Charlemagne now is the tech leader, though he's still behind Willem by a fair bit. How does he compare to Kublai? They're about the same, although once Kublai actually starts developing all these captures, his economy is going to be absolutely absurd. If he just built research out of all his cities, it would be crazy. Yeah, Willem looks like he'll be second to die. I don't know. Didn't know how. Oh yeah, does Kublai Khan even have a... He might not have education. No, he doesn't have education. He does have astronomy. He skipped education and the stuff behind it. So he has no universities. I see you guys spotted that in the chat. I'm not sure what this stack is doing, whether or not attacking Maastricht, which has no cultural defenses. Alright, so again, 19 cavalry here. They should have no trouble pushing their way through Nijmegen. As indeed they do. Just kind of slowly making their way through. Oh, Charlie's building a lot of research. Oh, he's building some. Building mostly intelligence agencies right now, it looks like. So 3 cities to go. Just kind of watching the tail end of this campaign now. Some of these cities are going to be swallowed up by Gilgamesh's culture. But remember how Nijmegen just barely survived that assault early in the game from Gilgamesh? Didn't have nearly as much luck here against Kublai Khan, who brought a lot more units. Now it looks like there's a force that's finally heading for Maastricht. With no defenses, it should fall easily to those calves if they attack. Oh, and I think Gilgamesh just jumped in to vulture a city at the last second. Literally vulture. Did you see that? Oh. All right. Well, talk about letting someone else do all the work for you. So Maastricht's going to... You know, if the timing was slightly different, Gilgamesh might even get the kill credit, but I think it's still going to go to Kublai. Although then again, I swear, if Gilgamesh snipes the kill credit, that would almost certainly win in the Golden Spear Award, by the way, because that would get him to 5 kills, and I don't think Charlemagne is going to get to 5. We'll see. Just 2 cities left here. Alright. No, never mind. Gilgamesh is pausing to bombard down the defenses like a moron, so probably not. He took out 6% of the defenses there. Oh, he has 6 trebuchets. Well, he's got a shot to snipe this kill credit, which would definitely not be deserved. We'll see. But it does go to the one who delivers the finishing blow. Alright. I don't know. We'll see who gets this. There's not much left in this city. I think Kublai moves before him, so I think Kublai's more likely. But it's not guaranteed. Oh my god. Gilgamesh actually claims the kill credit. Wow. Definitely not deserved, but he did claim the kill credit, so it goes to Gilgamesh. Oh boy, well, that's the way the game works sometimes. Definitely a kill steal. He took 1 city, Kublai took like 15. Similarly, Kublai didn't get the kill credit for finishing off Darius either, like a true vulture. It's okay. I think Kublai's going to be all right. All right, so Willem, second eliminated. I cannot believe he is the second one eliminated in this game. Unbelievable. All right, well, so Willem, I guess that's what I get for backing him. And this is turn 261. All right, and the kill goes to Gilgamesh. So here's, if you can see it, this is the... He is now up to 5. The only one who could catch him would be Charlemagne. I don't think Charlie's going to get a kill in this game. All right, I guess my hopes are now on Gilgamesh ending up in second place, so I can get points from that, even though the game has not unfolded. And Gilgamesh for second has not been a very good pick. All right, so yeah, if Kublai needs to take out one more leader to win by domination, and it sure looks like Charlemagne would be the one he wants to go after. He is annoyed with Charlemagne. If he took out Charlie, then Gilgamesh would indeed be second place, which would be me backing into points I don't really deserve. All right, so this is a good time to change up the music. Let's go for industrial. What are we? And then there were just 4. So Kublai is certainly a big favorite. There is an outside chance if the game stays peaceful that Charlemagne could maybe get to space first. I don't really see that happening, though. I mean, I think Charlie is ahead in tech between the two of these. If we just look at their tech trees. So here's Kublai Khan. He has skipped a fair portion of this part of the tech tree. He's also skipped the top part up here. He does not have assembly line. He does have combustion, as we've seen. He's got kind of like holes here and there in his tech tree. Meanwhile, Charlemagne is definitely ahead in tech because he has assembly line. So he's got the inside edge just on a tech meter. And if you're curious about their research rate, 1,200 for Kublai, 7. Okay, so Kublai is going to start catching up and fast. Because Charlemagne's economy is, well, he is running a lot of gold right now. Because he's upgrading. Well, okay. We'll have to check and see where Charlemagne is after he finishes upgrading. He's upgrading from rifles to infantry. So he's running heavy gold right now. Yeah. Sometimes the picking contest, you can back your way into points you definitely do not deserve. So it looks like Kublai is catching up on some techs he ignored earlier right now. So just to look at diplomacy again, Gilgamesh can attack anyone. He feels about the same with regards to everyone. So they're all about the same. Stalin could attack. He could also attack anyone, but he's more likely to attack Kublai or Charlemagne. Charlie will only attack Kublai Khan. And Kublai could attack anyone, but he is heavily favored towards Charlemagne based on those relations. Oh, Kublai just did he just did education. Well, that would cause his tech to go up by a lot if he actually builds the universities. I mean, he has so much of the map under his control right now. It's like this little Russian enclave. And then like the purple and yellow on the map. And then the rest is just a sea of brown. That Mongol color is not the most attractive, but it is effective. Oh yeah, they've got a lot of cultural pressure here too, where Nijmegen and Ur were swallowed up by the borders of Holy Rome. Stalin, it feels like he's barely even been in this game. He just has had no presence the entire game. Yeah, Charlemagne and Kublai Khan are both annoyed, so the odds that they make it through the whole game without ever fighting are pretty low, but it could happen. Like, it's not impossible. Why is there a damaged cavalry here from Gilgamesh? I guess he just didn't heal it. If they go to war, we will see a whole bunch of brown dots on the mini-map pouring into the yellow territory. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on that while watching what they're researching. We got this nice peaceful music here in the background. Someone's probably going to build the UN relatively soon, too. I don't think there's much chance. Oh, wow. Did somebody just capture that city? Did Charlemagne just declare war on Kublai? Because that would be a very foolish decision if that's what he just did. Because it sure looks like he might have done that. Oh boy, that was not the smartest decision, buddy. I know he's got the tech edge, but I still think that's a mistake. Because, alright, well, let's see the power of bar graphs. Because I think Kublai is very far ahead. He's ahead. He's not quite as far ahead as I thought, but he does have an awful lot of more cities. Kublai needs to pick up assembly line. If he can get assembly line, he'll be at tech parity, more or less. And he did clean up most of the stuff that he needed to get there. We'll see. Now we might have a situation where Kublai is the one who needs assembly line. How about Charlemagne? Well, Charlie's not far away from industrialism. He could get his way to tanks. This could be closer than I first thought. So here's Charlemagne's big stack, 67 units. That said, Kublai Khan does have an awful lot of units. He also could potentially pull in some of the other leaders on his side, I think. Because, I guess Stalin feels the same about both of them. And Gilgamesh feels the same about both of them. Cavalry herds versus tanks. Yeah, it could be. Let's see where Charlie goes after radio. I mean, there's a lot of cavalry on the part of Kublai Khan. But he is behind in tech, somewhat surprisingly, here. And you just have a heck of a lot more cities in between these two. So I'm seeing most of the units are like over here between these two sides. There is also a slight edge for Charlemagne because he was the first one to start the war. Oh, here's the big Kublai stack, 86 units right here. He has a slight edge because he started the war, so his units started the war concentrated together. There's a big stack of cannons unprotected by anything. They should get cleaned up easily by cavalry. Trying to make sense of where all the units are. Could be helpful just to look at the power too. Oh boy, wow, heavy fighting. But Kublai, I think, is more able to afford these losses. Yeah, I think Kublai can afford these losses better. But still, that's a lot of units lost on both sides. I think their main stacks both crashed into each other. Like, this stack should easily get cleaned up by Kublai, and it was. A bunch of cannons by themselves are sitting ducks. They need to be protected. Yeah, so far we haven't seen any territory change hands aside from Nijmegen here. So Kublai's on artillery, still does not have assembly line. Yeah, they both want me to join their war. I'm actually going to look at production for a change. I usually don't look at that, but I'm curious about Charlemagne's factory power. Yeah, so Charlemagne's factories like roughly give him equal production with Kublai. Kublai's got way more cities, but Charlemagne has factories, so it's kind of even in that regard. And it still looks like Charlie's losing these fights, as best I can tell. Artillery would definitely be a powerful weapon with its siege properties, not just for the collateral damage, but also because it kills city defenses so quickly. None of that standing around for 25 turns with a single trebuchet. Oh, here's the Kublai Doom stack. Eiffel Tower is nice too. We've got 62 cabs in it. How many total units? 87. So, yeah, look for Vienna to be the target of this stack. Now Charlie's also on artillery. They might pause for a turn or two to heal, because they did take some collateral damage there. There's another good-sized stack here. Might be intended for But it definitely seems like Kublai's on the offensive. Yep, he just sniped off that city. Go Kublai! Make sure to knock the score of Charlemagne down below Gilgamesh. That's all I ask. Gilgamesh killing Stalin would also be a good move on his part, just so Gilgamesh could get some more points. I think it's more, but I think that they're on relatively good terms, aren't they? Yeah, Gilgamesh is pleased with Stalin. Stalin's pleased with Gilgamesh, so both of them are unlikely to fight each other. Not impossible, but less likely. Stalin going for rifles, yeah. Kublai still not going for assembly line. So he is also doing a pretty poor job of going for the right techs. Like, assembly line is clearly the best tech for him to research, get factories in every city, open up infantry as a unit. But instead he's going for rocketry, which is further down the tree and doesn't really help him. He can't get to tanks for industrialism until he researches assembly line. Like, his path isn't obvious. He hasn't researched communism either. State property would be incredible for him. Ugh. Really researching the wrong techs here. I think his research was turned down. No, I thought he was upgrading more units, but I guess not. He's only at 1,000 beakers per turn. So they're both at 1,100 right now. No, he's not running gold at all. I thought he might be upgrading units, but nope. He's just 80% is the most he can afford right now. That said, it does seem like Kublai's been winning this war so far. He's certainly going to use those... oh, this stack needs to heal. Taking a lot of damage from collateral units. It's weird that now we're in... Well, we're not... I should rephrase that. It's kind of funny how we're in like the exact same situation again. Kublai Khan's military forces are technologically outdated, but just trying to make progress through sheer weight of number and having a lot of success at it. Like, it's not hard to see who's winning this battle. Kublai's power went down and it's been going back up, whereas Charlie's is just flat right now. He hasn't been making a ton of progress into the core of the... here's the Charlemagne big stack, 36 units. Let's keep an eye on this, see where it goes, or... Because it looks like it's being attacked by Mongol cavalry, as best I can tell. It lost 3 units in between turns. They definitely seem to be clashing here along the border. Like, there's another big stack over here. Now Kublai's backing up for liberalism of all things. So Charlemagne has not gone for tanks, which he could have gotten. So this stack lost a fair number of units, but did capture Nijmegen. So Kublai has not been making a ton of progress in this war. He doesn't, like, if he could capture some of Charlemagne's territory, he doesn't need much to win by domination. He only needs about half the territory. But it's been tough going so far. He's definitely had his work cut out for him. All right, now he's on saddle flight. Jeez. Really doesn't want to go for assembly line for some reason. I can't get over the tech choices in this game from the AIs. It's like flight, rocketry, radio. Don't get assembly line. Yeah, it just gives me a better military unit and factories and a coal plant. But, you know, who would want that? That's not very good. Meanwhile, Charlie, who could research industrialism and pick up tanks, is instead also off on flight. And then satellites, and then advanced flight. What is he doing? Does he want jet fighters that bad? He could research tanks instead. Really weird tech choices in this game. So here comes another large stack, 55 units in this stack. Charlie finished Christo Redentor over here in Nuremberg. He's starting to get some decent war awareness. Remember, the statue of Zeus is in the hands of Kublai since he took it away from Willem. Oh, he's actually marching on the capital over here. Or I thought he was. Now he's just kind of wandering around. I thought this stack was heading for Aachen, but no, apparently not. Yeah, gunships are good units. Gunships are the next unit up from cavalry, so I can see that. Did they sign peace? Because I don't see any Kublai Khan units in Charlie's territory. All right, so they did sign peace. So we're not getting a fast end to this game, it appears. Although they hate each other so much, I do not expect that peace to last. Look at that, -9 furious. Maybe if Kublai Khan could actually fight a war where he's not at a tech disadvantage for a change. Oh, and Kublai got a mausoleum, golden golden age. That is very nice. Like I said, if Kublai Khan could actually fight at a tech parity instead of tech disadvantage, this would give him a chance to get some much needed infrastructure done across his territory. That would be the smart play for him, would be use this to tech ahead for like 15 turns, then come back and try to finish the deal with tanks. Because if he has tanks, there's no stopping him. Like, there's literally nothing that's going to stop him. His last big push was with cavalry. Oh, what the? Okay. I didn't even... Let me get that in the... All right. Gilgamesh has declared... Okay. On Charlemagne? What? Gilgamesh, I need you to come in second place. What are you doing? This is, like, suicide. I mean, I guess it helps Kublai if he comes back to the war. It doesn't help Kublai Khan. Well, they're fairly even in power. I thought that it was much more one-sided than that. I believe Charlemagne is ahead in tech, though. So Charlie, yeah, he's about to get gunships. Gilgamesh is a ways behind. He also needs to research assembly line. All right, still, I mean, it's not as one-sided as I thought it might be. This seems to be his main stack here, 56 units. Meanwhile, Charlie's got more of his forces over here. The artillery, having artillery definitely gives a pretty big edge to Holy Rome, though. Like, artillery will clean up those cav stacks pretty quickly if they get into position. Still, it is a distraction for Charlie. That's 100% true. Oh, here's the rest of the cannons. Yeah, he definitely seems to want Magyar. Did Kublai turn on the slider? Oh my god, he has turned on the slider, you guys. He has turned on the slider. What the heck is this? He has turned on the slider. You guys are right. Not the dreaded... Oh my god. He still doesn't have assembly line, although he's running enough specialists. Oh my god. Culture... Well, he's not close enough. He's not getting 16% land area via the culture slider. That's not happening. Rotterdam is actually one of his top cities. This cultural victory is ill-advised, is about all I'm going to say. Because this is one of his top cities, but he doesn't have any cottages here. I don't know what he's thinking. He doesn't really have many cottages. He's almost all farms everywhere. That's part of the reason why his tech is not better. I don't think this is a good idea. Like, even at 100%, his culture still sucks. Does this mean... Oh my god, this game is... It's like, throw it away! Throw it away! Throw it away! No, I don't want to win the game. No, there's still a possibility, though. Kublai could still declare on Charlemagne. But yeah, wow. Nobody seems to want to win this game. It's honestly kind of embarrassing how badly the AI has thrown away their chances to win. Diplo victory, too. That's true. We'll see. Maybe Kublai will pull himself out of this and get himself into a war. But it does feel like anyone other than Stalin could win at this point, because Kublai Khan seems determined not to win the game. Boy, that Sistine Chapel can just be a poison pill sometimes, isn't it? Once they get Sistine, they all of a sudden think that they just have to go for the cultural victory, even if their territory is wildly unsuited to pursuing a cultural victory. All right, so I think Magyar is going to get captured, but it shouldn't be too... But yeah, but there's like a decent force here from Charlemagne too. I miss Justinian. So one of the things that we thought was the leaders that made it to the championship game this year maybe weren't all that good as AIs, and I think it's kind of reflecting that, because like this attack by Gilgamesh is not working. I definitely think it's reflecting the fact that these leaders are just not that good, honestly. They really don't seem to know how to win a game. And Charlie's going for tanks. Yes, that's correct. I mean, just because you're pursuing cultural victory doesn't mean you have to stop building units like Kublai Khan. You could totally attack Charlemagne here, which would then help you win the game a lot. Like, there's no way that Charlemagne is one of the better leaders in this game. He's just not. He would have, like, he had no chance of winning his previous round game until Darius threw it away. And then he had no chance of winning this game until first Willem threw the game away, followed by Kubla throwing the game away. Like, if he wins the championship because he has literally seen all of his competitors throw away their attempts at victory, I don't know. I think I'm going to be pretty dissatisfied with the ending of this season if Charlemagne wins. Like, Kubla Khan, a deserving victor in this game if he wins by domination or whatever, but like, Charlie does not deserve to win this game. He's done almost nothing in this game except just sit there taking advantage of people. I mean, he made one nice he made one nice move. He took out Russia, or most of Russia, in a war, and that's literally it. Not throwing the game is a skill in itself. I mean, maybe. It's more than most of the other AIs have managed in this game, which also now looks like it's going to have a late finish. So, yep, Gilgamesh's war is backfiring. Gilgamesh could buy in Kubla Khan. That would be his best move, because he is clearly losing this war and losing it badly right now. My hopes for Gilgamesh's second place finish are not looking so great right now. And now Kubla Khan went into universal suffrage, a civic that does almost nothing for him because he does not have any towns, like, at all. He's got virtually none, as he continues to starve his cities frantically while running 100% culture. Like, Rotterdam is still one of his top 3 cities, but like, look at Rotterdam. It's 129 turns. Like, this is not happening. And why is he starving the city down frantically? I never understand why the AI does this sometimes. What a bizarre game. This has really been a weird finish. Really just a strange games that we've been seeing here. So Gilgamesh did pick up, artillery, but the problem is Charlemagne has tanks right now, and the tanks are going to be decisive. I wouldn't be shocked to see Gilgamesh just get run over completely now that there's tanks on the part of Charlie. Like, the tanks are up against rifles, because Charlemagne is on, or not Charlemagne, Gilgamesh is on rocketry, yet another leader who seems determined not to research assembly line for inexplicable reasons. He's not researching this, and so that means he just has rifles and machine guns, both of which tanks absolutely crush. And Charlemagne is actually starting to get a decent tech lead now, because Kubla Khan has 50% of the world under his control, but he won't research techs, and Gilgamesh is just too small. Saw the turns on assembly line drop from 12 to 3 and got excited, but no, not so much. Boy, I know we've said, oh, here we go. UN. Oh, do we have a potential UN victory vote? Kubla Khan and Charlemagne. How do people feel about them? All right, here's Kublai. Well, nobody likes him that much. How about Charlemagne? Well, they hate him, so I don't see anyone drawing much in the way of votes here. I don't think either of them have enough support to win a diplomatic victory. Could be wrong. But at the moment, I'm not seeing it. Because, like, he gets votes for Secretary General. I mean, maybe. I still don't think Kublai or Gilgamesh would actually vote for him. Kubla Khan. I mean, Gilgamesh sure hates Charlemagne, so would he vote for Kublai just because he hates Charlie that much? No, it won't end in diplomatic win for Stalin because he doesn't have enough population to get nominated. You have to be one of the top 2 in population, or you have to have built the UN to be nominated. It's top 2 in population, or if you've built the UN, you get considered. So Stalin's not even going to be nominated. Note that Gilgamesh is researching electricity, but he still has no assembly line, so he still wouldn't be able to build tanks even if he got there. And yeah, he hasn't lost too many cities yet, but it's just a matter of time until more tanks come out, because there's a lot of tanks under production right now. So remember how I talked about how cavalry, this game really showed the power of cavalry, how critical they were, because that was like literally how Willem died. This game is also showing the importance of assembly line, because Charlemagne is the only one who bothered to research assembly line tech, and that is winning the game for him, because he actually researched a very powerful tech that gave him factories and power plants and the ability to train infantry. Like, that in and of itself has been enough for him to get back in this, just because everyone else was a freaking moron. No, Kublai Khan is still way ahead in power. Still way ahead. It's just Gilgamesh who's dying at this point. Gilgamesh is losing all of his cities. I mean, Kublai is going to finish assembly line after a gazillion turns spent on it from running specialists. We could see nuclear weapons. They'd have to build the Manhattan Project, though. Yeah. Oh, here's a stop the war vote. This will probably go through. Probably be succeeded. Charlie will vote no, but Kublai Khan is going to vote yes. Otherwise, he wouldn't have proposed it. Gilgamesh will almost certainly vote yes. Let's see. Oh, no, he defied it. Okay. Well, it wouldn't have succeeded anyway. He just gave himself a lot of unhappiness for no need there. So Kublai voted yes, but Gilgamesh shockingly voted no. You sometimes wonder what's wrong with these people. Gilgamesh is like, no, I want to continue getting my face crushed into the sand by the playground bully. I'm like, no, I want to continue dying. All right, buddy. Oh, Kublai Khan is back on research now, because industrialism would not be 3 turns. Maybe he has finally realized that this is an idiotic pursuit. Yeah, he's flipped off cultural victory, so that's good news. Is he plotting war? Let's see. No, there. Well, we have enough on our hands right now, so that's interesting. Well, I believe, no, he still gets the defy on happiness, right? Oh no, did he not get the defy on happiness? Does the resolution have to succeed to... Oh, okay, huh. So I guess he doesn't get the defy because the resolution failed. We'll see. I mean, Kublai could have just turned on research, but it's also very much the case that he now has enough on his hands already, so... I mean, he's also researching tanks. So if he just, like, this is what he could have done 25 turns ago. Just literally build the factories, build the coal plants, build 100 tanks, and then just win by domination. So it looks like that's what he's working on right now. We'll see. I mean, Charlie still needs a little time to finish the spaceship, doesn't he? He needs, I don't know, about 10 techs, roughly? Somewhere around there. Oh, Gilgamesh got the golden age. Okay. You guys are in trouble now. Still, if Kublai doesn't do something soon, Charlie will just blast off for space if he doesn't do something soonish. I mean, we'll know if Kublai Khan declares war, because there's going to be a sea of brown dots on the minimap charging into Holy Roman territory. Stop the war against Gilgamesh. Here it is again. Well, it's probably just going to be defied again. Industrial parks getting built. He does have, yeah, I was like, he does have oil for tanks, right? It's like, yeah, he's got 6 of them. At least I didn't pick Gilgamesh to win. I don't think Gilgamesh to win was a terrible pick. It could have happened. Oh, is that mobile artillery coming out now? Oh, and now the peacekeeping succeeds. Okay. Well, saves Gilgamesh's bacon because he was about to get destroyed. Good news for him. One last save. Oh! This could be huge. This is like the whole army, or not the whole army, never mind. I thought it was like the whole army. It's not, but it's a fair portion of the army. If Kublai Khan goes to war, those units will be trapped. They will not be able to leave that city. They'll be stuck in there. But yeah, I mean, if this is going to happen for Kublai, he's going to have to go for it soon. He's not going to... He can't beat Charlemagne just to space. Charlie would win the space race. He's far enough ahead in tech. He would have to declare war and start capturing cities. Oh, God. Is he back to freaking... he's back to culture again, you guys. He's back to culture. Back to culture. I don't know what to say. Just doesn't want to win the game, apparently. Pasargadae is now eclipsed. But, I mean, it's 100 turns away. It's not happening. Like, the culture is not happening, dude. Are you really going to let freaking Charlemagne be the winner of this season of AI Survivor? Like, this dude's terrible. I'm sorry, he's not a good AI. The only reason he's in this position is because Kublai's thrown away the victory and Willem's thrown away the victory. Definitely does not deserve to win this game. He got the tanks like you were telling him, now leave him alone. Yeah. So at this point, we're just clicking next turn and waiting to see if another war is going to break out. Because we don't care about global civic emancipation. Kublai Khan always second seems good. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware of that Sleeping Dragon. The only reason he won a game is because it was literally thrown away by Darius in the most ridiculous fashion possible. All right, well, I'm seeing Kublai units in his territory. All right, so here we go. We're gonna see we're gonna at least get our shot here. Although Kublai's still researching plastics. The problem is now Charlie might just be too far ahead in tech. I don't know if he is or not, but he might be. So he doesn't need much land area. He only needs a little over 10%. Let's look at the power bar graphs. All right, Kublai is well ahead in power. He's well ahead in production, too. If he would actually build units instead of wealth, I have no idea why most of his civ is building wealth. If he would build units in all his cities, he would easily win this war, because he is much, much, much larger in terms of territory. But there is a bit of a military edge for Charlie. He's got mobile artillery. He will also have mechs as soon as he finishes robotics. So, I don't know. I don't know how serious Kublai is about actually pursuing this like he should be. We shall find out. This is his last chance. We are going to see the game decided here. One of these two is going to win. Kublai does have tanks, right? He has access to them. He does have industrialism, right? I don't see any of his tanks. All right, yes. Requires rifling and oil, and he does have rifling, and he does have oil. So where are his tanks? He must have some somewhere. People are saying he has them. I'm just not seeing them. I'm seeing mostly cabs still. I don't get it. I still do not understand the 100% culture. Like, the reason why he's building wealth is so he can go 100% culture. It's totally... No, he's had industrialism for a while. It's totally nuts. He's running wealth in every city so he can go 100% culture, which is completely meaningless. It's mind-boggling. It makes no sense at all. All right, so he does have a couple tanks. But, like, he should be on all tanks everywhere. Instead, his cities are building... nothing, and he just wasted this turn in anarchy by going to free speech, which if he was going to pursue culture, he should have done a long time ago. Just bizarre. Whatever. So there's a lot of fighting going on near Nijmegen and The Hague right now. As we get this incon. We should change up the music again. We should go to Modern Era, because that's where we are in the game. I don't even know what this like flute solo is. All right, an awful lot of fighting took place on that turn. Okay, that seems ill-advised. Does get us up to 12 wars, which is what I picked for the game, though. So if nobody else declares war, I would be pretty happy with that. All right, Stalin. Don't understand that. Well, maybe this is a way for Gilgamesh to get some more territory, maybe? I don't know. So what was, oh, I was going to change the music, yes. This game's had a little bit of everything, hasn't it? All right. That's modern. All right. How are we doing on power? Ooh, looks like Kublay's not winning the trades very well. Will he actually build units, or will he just sit there with his city starving for no reason? This war was Stalin declaring on Gilgamesh, which is a very strange war declaration. Yeah, I've stopped the war against Stalin. Okay. Immediately stopped the war against Stalin. Whatever. Yeah, I just kind of lost the thread of this game at this point. It's been kind of a disaster, honestly. Has not been a very well played game. Kublai in particular just has me totally baffled. All right, he's now finally starting to build some more units, but he's not building that many tanks. He's building, I guess he's building some. His insistence on continuing to pump out more culture from all of his cities is just so weird. Like, why would you think that going for culture would make any sense in this situation? Unfortunately for him, yeah, so no surprise that war is quickly ended. The irrelevant Gilgamesh versus Stalin war. All it did was tick up the war counter. Did Burger King's oil get spied? I think he's got plenty. Yeah, he's got 2 more sources. Hold on, let me make sure he's okay downstairs. One sec. All right. Doggish for turn the culture slider off, you idiot. Yeah, pretty much. Home we go. We have to think about a way to get more competent leaders into the final. I mean, the competition is what it is. It plays out. It's just kind of unfortunate that sometimes the AI does really dumb stuff. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of units in here. And there's a big stack of artillery attacking, unsupported by anything. Charlemagne's composites time went way down, though. Did he do some? Oh, he's upgrading units. He's upgrading to mechs, I suppose. Now, that does give more time for Charlemagne, or not Charlemagne, more time for Kublai to build more units. Because I still think time is kind of on Kublai's side. Just because he has so... All right, he's finally going over to all units. He's finally getting serious here. I have no idea why his artillery didn't just take out the city defenses at 48% instead of attacking into that and doing collateral damage. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on outside this city. Oh, well, it looks like those units... Okay. So he took that city, which will just be gifted back to Gilgamesh. With a lot of injured cavalry. Unfortunately, once again, Kublai's down in tech because, yeah, I don't know, he's losing more in this war so far. Like, once again, he's down in tech because he insisted on not researching for ages and ages on end. Like, Kublai has all this territory, and it's like he can't seem to fight at tech parity. He's always at a disadvantage in tech. At least he has tanks, but all of his non-tank units are kind of useless in this war because they're up against mechs now. Yeah, and like the mobile artillery and the mechs just kind of held out in this city. And that's a lot of mobile artillery and a lot of mechs. I don't know. I think once again, Kublai might have just missed his moment by waiting so long, and he's still going for culture idiotically. And it's just, I think he might have already missed his moment yet again. And we're still looking at Sargade is nowhere close. I mean, Kublai could have just launched the spaceship if he just researched techs. I guess he's getting closer, but like, there's no way he can win by culture in 86 turns. There's no way he's even going to get close. I have to switch your dinner to Burger King. All right, so Kublai is still the UN Secretary General. Again, I still don't think he can pull votes from enough people to win that way, because the only people who really like each other are Charlemagne and Stalin. They have +9. No one else is like much of anything. It does feel to a certain extent like Charlemagne has just gotten too far ahead in tech, literally due to the fact that Charlie has not researched tech at all. Heck of a way to win the game. Just your opponents don't research anything for dozens and dozens and dozens of turns on end. He's also got some very highly promoted mechs. Look at that. He's got some drill 4 mechs. Ooh. Yeah, when they get up to drill 4, you're not going to do much damage. Maybe if the artillery went in first and splashed collateral damage, but otherwise, no. It's just not going to happen. The units have too high base strength, and with that many drill promotions, they're going to get free attacks at the start of every battle. Yep, so that stack got totally cleaned up. And I think the game's basically over at this point, because I don't think Charlemagne can be touched. He's too far ahead in tech. Like, if I screenshot that, his armies are just way ahead in tech, because Kublai Khan stopped researching military techs. So I don't think Kublai Khan can do anything. He got to 50% land area and then just completely lost his mind in this game. Yeah, modern armor now too. He just finished composites. And the sad thing is Charlie's not even researching very fast. Like, look, he's still got a ways to go. He has a lot of techs he still has to research, but he got the modernized infantry, and he got modern armor and mechanized infantry, and those are the game's 2 most powerful units. So nobody can really touch him, and he's gonna win like a turn 380 spaceship victory or something ridiculous like that. Something so slow. But yeah, I don't think Kublai can stop him anymore. I think Kublai's too far behind. So we've even got to stop the war vote here. Like, yeah, I think I'm good on AI Survivor for a while. So it succeeded that time. All right. So yeah, I think that Charlemagne just kind of wins by default because he was not an idiot in this game. He was just like, okay. He was just kind of like there the whole game. He didn't commit suicide? I don't know. Yeah, Willem, seriously, can you imagine how fast the game would have been over long since if Willem was still around? So I'm kind of hoping that they won't go back to war again because I have exactly 12 wars, but I suspect they will go back to war because Charlie still has quite a ways to go on his spaceship. He's just not researching very fast. Like, he still needs fusion, and then he needs ecology, refrigeration. So he needs this tech, and then 4 more after that. And then he also has to build the parts and have them travel to get to the destination. So yeah, even though Kublai is at 50% land area, he's still a ways away. I guess maybe his best hope now is for Pasarga Day to go legendary. But it's 77 turns. It's still way too far away. It's true. It's not like Charlemagne has never thrown the game at the last minute. Literally, all he has to do, though, is just keep researching slowly towards the end of the tech tree. Because remember, Gilgamesh is super far behind, Stalin's super far behind, Kublai Khan's not researching, so how does anyone touch him? I just don't see how they do at this point. He's only researching at 1,300 beakers. Willem was at that pace like 150 turns ago. Remember, Willem was at that pace at like turn 200, basically. Kublai's 75 beakers. Like, this is honestly kind of a sad championship. The map was way better than what these players deserved. Burger King. But even if he went to culture, I guess that would open up a chance for Kublai to win by culture. That's about it, though. Maybe as he finishes more of these spaceship parts, he'll switch cities over to building research. I don't know, though. He seems like he's building a lot of military. So I suspect we're still going to see more wars, which is not great for my picks, but I think that's what we're going to see. Since there's not much going on, I'm doing my best to just click through these relatively quickly. So anyway, it's turn 350. We might as well look at the bar graphs real quick. Oh, Diplo victory, Kublai Khan and Charlemagne. Could either of them win? I don't think either is popular enough to do so. But we better check in just in case. So, Charlie loves Stalin, but Stalin doesn't love him. I mean, Kublai Khan's relations are 0, 0, and -13. It's hard to see people voting for him. I mean, maybe he could get a vote from Gilgamesh. I don't know. He is pleased. Burger King might be able to get one from Stalin. I'm still not really seeing it because those relations are pretty low, but maybe. So GNP, production. I mean, Kublai's still leading in almost everything. He's barely ahead in power, though. I mean, he's way ahead in culture, so whoop-de-doo. Congrats on that. Running culture slider for the last 70 turns now, or whatever it is. All right, again, I don't think this is going to be a cultural victory, but I guess we'll wait and see. Or a Diplo victory, excuse me. I don't think there's enough votes here. But we'll see. There is that possibility. No. Kublai just needed someone to vote for him. If you could get Gilgamesh to vote for him, but Gilgamesh is sitting at zero relations, so not at the moment. As I suspected, was not enough. By the way, Charlie's researching stealth, which is not on the spaceship tech line. So yeah, so it's just game's just going to go on that much longer as he researches a useless tech that does nothing. I mean, it gives him more military units, so I can see why he researches it because he has militaristic tech preferences, but still. Would this be the second? I mean, it could be. We have seen 400 turn games before. It would be awesome if this was like a really epic, exciting 400 turn game, but like it's not. It's going on a long time because the AIs are morons and they refuse to win the game. It's like if you're watching, I'll go back to League of Legends since that's a game I've played a lot. It's like if you ever watch a game between two teams that are at low elo in League of Legends, and it's like they just refuse to do the things that would win the game. By the way, we just had a war. Gilgamesh just got attacked. It's like that. It's like you're watching two teams that don't know what they're doing, and the game just goes on and on and on because they don't know how to end it. And that's kind of what's happening here. Anyway, so Charlemagne now is gone to war. So RIP my 12 wars pick. Should have gone with 13, which I've had a lot of luck picking. Also RIP my Gilgamesh for second place pick. Yeah. No, I thought that there would be more wars just because the game was not coming to a fast conclusion. So it seemed likely. I mean, on the plus side, we get to see modern armor and mechs out here. That's kind of cool. We rarely get to see them. Boy, there's a lot of hatred of Charlemagne right now. Not a lot of positive relations with anyone. So I haven't conquered any territory yet. But it's not going to take much longer. There's an awful lot of modern armor running around. Yeah, sure. Can I talk about my single player project? So this is a good time to talk about that because there's not that much going on other than Gilgamesh dying horribly. But, you know, he's been pretty irrelevant for a while now. So the idea is I want to continue streaming on Fridays, generally speaking, at the same time that I've been doing the Civ4 Survivor. And my plan is just to start doing some turn-based strategy games. We'll start with Civ4. And, you know, we'll just play some single-player games. We'll play some Civ. I've just been kind of offhandedly referring to them as Civ Fridays. We'll see if we come up with another title or if that ends up being the best one. Now, I'm going to be away for most of August, but the plan is to start soon. Like, we might do the first one next week on Friday. But yeah, so if you've been enjoying this series, and you like to see some turn-based strategy games. Like I said, we'll start with Civ4. We'll probably do some other games over time, other ones that I enjoy or just other ones in general. And that's the idea. We'll, yes, we're going to do like some Civ Friday stuff. So start with just plain stuff, and we'll go from there. So anyway, that was several cities getting oh. All right, well, it's too late now, Kublai. Too late now, buddy. You're too far behind in technology at this point. I wanted to see where Kublai was in terms of domination. Oh, he's at 50%. All right. All right. Let's see what the power bar graphs say. I mean, Kublai is equal in power, but this is pretty deceptive because Kublai's units are, like, in terms of raw power rating, they're similar, but Kublai's units are all very badly outdated in comparison to Charlemagne's, so he will lose the individual unit matchups, and this will not go well for him. So yeah, I don't expect this to work. How close is he to cultural victory now? Well, Pasargadae is slowly creeping up there. I mean, I guess if he can keep the war going long enough for this city to tick over, I mean, he is down to 55 turns. I don't see that working, but maybe. If he could pop off some great artists, maybe. That would probably be his best hope. I'm pretty sure Charlie can launch the spaceship before that happens, though. I mean, he only needs 2 more spaceship techs, so. Yeah, no nukes thus far. I don't think anyone's built the Manhattan Project thus far. Kublai Khan just never, he didn't keep up in tech. As simple as that. He defeated Willem at tech disadvantage, and then never really made any attempts from there. Would Gilgamesh vote for him? I don't know. Gilgamesh is only +1. Also, Gilgamesh has like 0 population left. I'm pretty sure that Charlemagne has enough population at this point to block the victory. The Diplo victory, I mean. Could be wrong, though. Also, that's ignoring the fact that Charlie can kind of roll right over Kublai Khan's territory. Because remember, he's got a lot of modern armor and mechanized infantry. And Kublai Khan's still on tanks and infantry, so he's a full generation behind in military tech. Like, that's ignoring the fact that Kublai is going to get rolled over here by Charlemagne. Well, at least looks like it's going to be space, and at least I picked spaceship. Now, as long as there's not Stalin declaring a random war here, I can also get some points for the victory condition, even if everything else has fallen apart. No, I don't. Yeah, Charlie domination. I mean, hey, maybe, but I don't think you can get enough territory for that. Oh yeah, now you turn on research, Kublai. Yeah. Now you suddenly start researching. Why didn't you do that 50 turns ago? So here's the Diplo victory vote. I mean, it depends. Honestly, at this point, I think that there's enough population to block the vote. Also, if you want to see the bar graphs, I think Kublai's been getting crushed here. Well, he's trading better than I thought with Charlie. But he is trading... I think he's trading worse. Still, he's killed a lot of units. I don't think Charlemagne is that close to winning by domination at all. Alright, so as expected, Gilgamesh and Stalin both abstained. Relations were not positive enough to get a vote. But even if they had been, I'm not sure that it would have mattered. Very, very slow game, though. So is Charlie on the last tech, or do you still have another one after this? Yeah, he is on the last tech, though. And then I'll just have to build the spacious chamber. So we're not going to hit turn 400, but we are going to be probably almost turn 390 here. Gilgamesh is also like, whew, good thing all the units ran off to fight in Mongolia, because they don't seem to be fighting in Sumeria at the moment. Gilgamesh was definitely about to die if that war hadn't broken out. This is a pretty scary stack, though. There's a lot of City Raider 3 modern armors in here. Also, how's Nijmegen not been captured? It's like completely surrounded by, or mostly surrounded by Holy Roman territory. The AI's pathfinding in war can be really bizarre. It's just hard for Kublai Khan to keep up because his, his units are, what, infantry strength 20, tank strength 28. Liberated Lagash back. Meanwhile, on Charlie's side, he has mechs which are strength 32, I believe. Right. And then the modern armor, which are strength 40. So just a big strength, yeah, 32 and 40. Kublai recaptured Nijmegen. Yeah, I've been trying to refresh the world map so we can see the city captures. But I'm sure I've missed some of them. A lot of the little tank noises playing. Let's check in on the power bar graphs. Yeah, Kublai's doing all right. It's just he's not able to make progress. And unfortunately, just stalemating is not really what he needs right now. Like, Kublai needs to actually make progress. I do think that the war weariness is pretty awful on the part of Charlemagne from fighting against someone as the statue of Zeus. Yep, it's pretty bad. If you're wondering why his research is stalled out, it's because he's got 13 war weariness from having like hundreds of units dying in enemy territory with the statue of Zeus over there. But Charlie did finish the last spaceship tech, so he has a full tech tree now. There you go. Full tech tree. And now he just needs to build that last spaceship part. So where is he building it? I don't see it in production yet. Maybe he'll have to wait until next turn. Let's see. Well, he has to build the spaceship part. He has to build the stasis chamber. Stalin's researching liberalism. It's in Prague. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, there it is. All right, so he needs 2 more turns to finish it, despite this city being horribly unhappy. It was literally in the city I opened. Okay. He's even... Wait, why did he do a civic swap? That was really dumb. Like, why? Why would he slow down his victory with a civic swap? Whatever. It's already 50 turns past when I can get any points for the finishing date, so I guess I don't care that much. Most of the fighting does seem to be concentrated over here, but neither side has been able to push on throw. I think if Kublai could ever actually get to tech parity, he would probably be able to win this war, because he still has way more cities. But he's never been able to get to tech parity. All right, so it launched the end of turn, so it should be turn 388 when it goes off, because it launched at turn 388. It launched at the end of turn 378, and I'm pretty sure that's how this game ends, unless Pasargadae could get over the cultural limit in that time, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nope. Close, but no cigar. Boy, can you imagine if Kublai didn't invest so much time and energy into a culture attempt that went literally nowhere? Now he's back at it again. He's trying desperately, but he's still going to fall short. I mean, if your plan involves winning a victory that doesn't hit until like turn 415, you might want to pursue another victory option. No, Stalin, why? Why? You just cost me 2 points, you moron. Why? Why the last second completely pointless war? Oh my god, you idiot. Why? It's like the AIs, seriously. No, Charlemagne I don't think is going... No, he's just going over to full money, I guess, to upgrade units. Oh my god, why? 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 Why did you do this? I had 12 wars, and you declare war for absolutely no reason at the end of the game. And it's going to be shut down by the UN anyway. Ah, boy. It's just determined to make this a poorly scoring game for me, isn't it? Probably going to be a poorly scoring game for everyone, because nobody is going to have Charlemagne to win this, or hardly anyone. I don't even think he was a good pick. Like, he's going to win the game, but I still don't think he was a good pick, because his victory has only happened because the other AIs were really dumb. Yeah. So Stalin declares war, and then the UN causes peace the next turn. Thank you, buddy. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you for costing me those 2 points. Good for you if you had 15 wars, though. I don't know. Stalin was, like, not even in this game, basically. He never had much of an effect the entire game. Well, now that Kublai is actually, like, at tech parity, he's starting to do better in his war, right? He's got the tech lead. Now he's got mechs. He's got tanks. He doesn't have modern armor, but he doesn't have mobile artillery, but he does have tanks and mechs, and that's probably enough to fight on relatively even terms. If he had just, like, actually researched stuff instead of going for his doomed cultural attempt, he would have won this game easily. He definitely would have been able to tech ahead, at least be even in tech with Charlemagne, and then he would have won by domination. And then Gilgamesh would have been second, and I would have had a huge scoring game. But no, cultural victory. I think they just signed peace, actually. Yeah, well, that's nice, but you need 2 more of them, buddy. Did they actually end up signing peace? Because this one is like 100% Mongolian culture, and that usually means the city was gifted. Yep. All right, so one last peace treaty between the 2 of them. I mean, he's gotten cities to 40k culture, but not. Definitely seemed uncharacteristic for Kublai. Like he's a warmonger. The notion that he would just stop fighting and go for culture is kind of weird. I mean, he does have some cultural preferences. Don't get me wrong, but it does seem very unlike him to just suddenly put the brakes on like that. I think if anything, it was the Sistine Chapel that probably did it. All right, so spaceship's estimated time of arrival is next turn. So that's going to be it. We're going to have our winner. I don't think he deserved this one, but he's going to be the winner regardless. And that's going to be Charlemagne, your winner, Season 4 AI Survivor. Protective imperialistic traits. Wow. Terrible starting text, too. Starting text of hunting and mysticism, some of the worst starting texts in the game. But somehow he pulled it off, and he wins a spaceship victory, and he's the winner of this season of AI Survivor. I am ashamed to put his portrait up with some of the other winners because he is not a good AI leader, but it worked out for him. I don't think I can tell you a joke. The joke was the play of Willem and Kublai Khan in this game. Their play was an absolute joke. Kublai made a super nice move in taking out Willem. Like, that was awesome. He made a perfect timing attack, took advantage of Willem's idiocy, and then Kublai inherited the idiocy gene from Willem after that and just threw the game away. So what happens here? Darius founds a religion that no one else practices. He gets ganged up on and dies. Willem does not research rifling tech for no apparent reason, gets attacked by Kublai Khan and dies because he refuses to research any military techs. Then Kublai's like, all right, I got the entire world under my control. What could we do that could possibly lose us the game? I know. Let's sit back and not research techs. Let's go for a cultural victory. So after having thrown the game away, then Charlemagne just by kind of default ends up as the winner because he was not quite as stupid as everyone else and ends up winning that one. So there you go. That's the summary of this game. Kublai was ahead in score the entire time, but does not end up winning. GNP, production, food. Kublai was way ahead. He was ahead in power. Wow, look at the peaks and valleys there as they fight their wars. Culture, I mean, he had a lot of culture, but it didn't mean anything in the end. And there's the espionage. So that's that for this particular game. Kublai snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Charlemagne is their winner. I don't know how, but he ended up winning the game. and he's our champion. Golden Spear winner is Gilgamesh. And that's that.